Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tides of Death. How are my favorite victims doing today?
I'm doing amazing. I hope everyone else is as well.
We're all good.
What, did you say victims?
No,
Yeah,
no,
I'd
I
like
said
to,
friends.
I'd like to state that I don't agree with my characterization as a victim here.
That's great. You should never try to be a victim. You should always try not to be.
That's true.
How much agency are you going to give us over that today?
You have all the agency in the world. You chose to walk into the enchanted, darkened woods.
Calling someone a victim is literally an insult in German, by the way.
Oh,
Is
really?
it?
It's like what, it's like what you call someone when they I don't know,
When they're
just
crying
being
about
dumbfounded.
something?
No, it's not even that. It's just like, like if someone's like unlucky, it's like you fucking victim. Get fucked. It's like that kind of thing.
Wow. The more you know. Okay, so where did we leave our party? I do believe all was well, right?
All was well, yeah. We went back to Elber Island. We partook ourselves at the local tavern. We set up on a nice leisurely stroll. We were having such a good time. We decided to stroll through the woods. Time got away from us, so we stayed in a little B&B, nestled in the woods by a nice little cliffside, really nice and cozy. We paid a handsome tip for our stay there. And then we partook ourselves with the forest, carried on up the trail, and now we're at the friendly village at the top of the mountain.
Yes, where
That's what happened.
you sat in the inn, had a couple of drinks, cheated at some cards, made some paltry amount of money, but more than that, got the satisfaction of owning the people in this town.
Exactly that. So it's been a nice little holiday because we had we had a very stressful time in our previous adventure. So it's nice to get a bit of rest, bit of R&R.
And where exactly did we leave off here?
Your mom's.
Oh no!
You can take 2% experience for that.
No,
That was
come
good.
on.
That was good. That's a pirate
way.
fact right there. Yeah, it is.
Okay, but if I say that next week,
Yeah,
No,
you
he
ain't
already
got
used
anything.
it. He already got it.
Use that one.
You see how smoothly
Okay.
he laid that in there?
The timing was really good there.
We were in a tavern,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I can't remember exactly. Was something happening?
I think we just went to bed.
Yeah, I think we're just chilling.
We're in the tavern. We went to bed. I thought.
Mm-hmm.
What do your notes say?
That's exactly what my notes say. You were in the tavern and you went to bed.
Great. Now remember, everyone had to pay for their own room, just in
Yes.
case I have to reiterate that.
I think.
Yeah, good.
Excellent.
I tried to steal the money, but it didn't work.
That's right.
True.
Yeah.
Because you're not a thief, mate. You've not got the skills. Stick to waving your hands around and trying to make flashing lights, you know?
Oh, is it demonstration of skills that usually denotes a thief? Because I haven't seen you do shit either.
All right, fair enough. I don't think I have stole anything. So, no, wait, I broke into that guy's bedroom,
You've
didn't I?
done
And
a
stole his. Yeah, I did a little bit of thieving. You know, I do some thieving.
Mm-hmm.
You have. I was being unfair.
It was unfair. Okay, well, we go to sleep now and we wake up in the morning, nice and safe.
Part of that is right. You do go to sleep. And you do wake up, Captain John Winters.
Mm.
You wake up as a... Well, you don't really feel very much anymore, do you? But
Not
you
really.
are... That's interesting. Where's my dice?
Use the bad dice. Kill him.
Very good roll. You wake up at the sound of your door opening in the middle of the night.
I wake up.
It's inappropriate to open someone's in-room door in the middle of the night. And locks
Especially.
are expensive, so most in-rooms don't really come with locks. They might have like a bolt that slides across in place. But this one doesn't seem to be slid across, or maybe you forgot to do it before you went to bed, or any other number of reasons that it's not locked when the door is being opened and you are awakening in bed. Sorry about hitting the mic.
Okay, do I see any life force through the crack in the door?
No, because as you open your eyes and gaze through the darkness in that direction, the door is already cracked open. And by the slim amount of moonlight that enters your in-room, you can see a non-life shedding figure standing there.
I will shuffle myself up in bed so my back's against the wall and reach for my dagger, which is kept near under my pillow or something while I'm asleep. And I'll say, don't you rude? No, it's rude not to wait till you're welcomed.
A deepish voice calls from the wide stanced figure in the doorway. Now, is that any way to treat an old friend? Come here. Come here.
Do I detect that it's trying to charm me or anything like that?
No.
Or do I just... No, I don't. An old friend. I don't think I've seen you before. I pull the curtain open a little bit to shed more light.
You get out of bed, then you're no longer lying down.
Yeah, I scoot forward and get to my feet, dagger in.
What do you wear to bed, Mr. John? Are you naked as the day you were born? Do you have a nightgown that you travel with? What's your bedtime routine?
I think in happier times he might have had a nightgown and the trappings of luxury, but not so much now. I think he probably just sleeps in his I don't know, his slacks or whatever, his undergarments.
You wake up with a awkward boner?
Then does the vampire look like your mom?
You lose 1% of your experience and give it to Nick. I'm just kidding.
That would have been fair. But it's fine.
No.
It's not worth the calculation.
It's not, no.
So what I do is I get to my feet. I now place the dagger on the side table or something like that. So it's not in my hand, but it's in reaching distance. And then I'll grab the curtain with my right hand and pull it back as I say to him, I don't think I recognize you, and hopefully shed a bit more light on his face.
Yeah, you can see it's a man. He's meaty, but not fat. Sort of just like a bigger character.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a pause and look of concern, but a little bit of delight on his face at the same time, followed by a, oh my, what do we have here?
Yeah, I didn't think I recognized you. You'll have to try your tricks on someone else. What's your name?
He just regards you for a moment, silhouetted by the moon. The night before the full moon, by the way. So it's big in the sky. It's this nice, giant golden disc just above the horizon. You haven't been asleep very long. Well, my dear friend. He looks at you a few more moments. You can just call me his lordship. Please, step into the hall. Your friends are waiting.
Nice to meet you, Lord. What was it again? I offer a hand to him.
Lord Berwick.
Nice to meet you, Lord Berwick. Does he reciprocate the handshake?
Yes, he reaches out his strong hand, big flesh all over it, and grasps yours. You don't really feel the grip of his strength. There's a polite handshake, followed by a sweeping motion where he blows his cape out of the way to motion to the doorway.
Don't suppose you'd let me get dressed first. Just give a man a moment to get decent.
He waits patiently without responding, allowing you to gather your things as needed.
Sorry, could you turn around?
He does not turn around.
That's
you
weird.
don't need to hide anything from me.
Whatever you say, mister. I'll get dressed. I sort of sheathe my rapier and tuck my dagger into my belt where I usually keep it.
Mm-hmm.
And,
What about your backpack with all your crap in it?
I mean, I usually carry it around with me, right?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. I will reach for it and say, so where are we going? Do I need all my stuff?
We're going for a little walk to the keep. You can bring your stuff if you like, or one of our servants will carry it for you.
No, I'll bring it. I've got some stuff in there that I was hoping to show you and your friends. And I'll hoist my backpack.
His head cocks to the side slightly. What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you said we were old friends. You don't remember the last time I was here?
You remember the last time you were here?
Well, you know, I've had some good nights out there, but I remember enough.
He kind of keeps the plastic smile going and cocks his head back the other way for a moment and goes, well, right along this way. The others are waiting.
Yeah, all right. I follow him. Or I walk out and let him walk out behind me.
You'll see that there are 3 other figures standing in the hallway, and after, you know, your eyes adjust a little bit with the moonlight coming in through the hallway, you can see Nilrum is right before you, and Sale is in front of him, and Archie is in front of him, and they're all sort of in their night clothes in a single file line in the middle of the hallway, heads sort of up, eyes open-ish, but you know, their backs are all to you, so you can't really see their facial expressions very well. And there seems to be another figure at the end of the hallway where the stairs head down to the common room, sort of waiting, also dressed like Lord Berwick. In sort of a fancy cape and pantsuit situation.
Listen, Berwick, my friend's here. And they're nothing to do with what I need to talk about. Let them go back to sleep.
No, I don't think so. Come on. Walk away. Walk this way. And he will begin to lead the procession towards the staircase. The other figure will head down the staircase in the common room, leaving Berwick at the front and right behind him when he motions to Archie, who's at the front of the line. And a come. Archie begins to follow, and after that, Sale follows, and after that, Nilrum follows, leaving you at the tail end of the wagon.
All right, I follow in. I keep my crew close so I don't get them killed by vampires.
Sure. They'll lead you down into the common room, which is almost empty. There's just the innkeeper standing by the front door, and you can see his eyes are sort of unfixed and staring off into the distance, and he's giving a slight yawn. In one hand is a set of keys, and he opens the door as the 2 noble dressed figures lead the procession of the 4 of you out of the inn into the streets, where you can see there are 3 small packs of wolves, 4 or 5 in number, sort of perusing the town. No, yep, you have no awakening or thoughts or perception of this activity.
Just Nick.
Yeah, just Nick.
Glad you came when you did. The beds in that inn are rather uncomfortable. I'm sure you've got comfy ones up there in the keep.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, you know, I'm sure they'll be better than what was in there. It's awfully lumpy.
The other unnamed figure, sort of, once everyone's outside, will lead the group through town and then taking a right and heading up another hill in the direction of what you can see are some lights on in windows in a stone-walled keep, maybe a mile away, maybe 3/4 of a mile away, up a windy road. Lord Berwick, however, will slow down to get to the back of the pack and walk beside you and chat with you as you walk. How did you come to be this way? What is...
That, my friend, is a very interesting tale. And one I'm sure you'd be want to hear.
Yes, we would all love to hear your tale.
I'll be honest with you, but my friends here, this isn't their issue. They're not like me. Can you promise to keep them unharmed? I'm sure there's plenty of other cattle in the villages around this island for you to quench your needs.
If I've made a promise to you, would you trust it?
I stop walking and I look at him in the eyes. And I say I would.
Then I promise.
I nod. And I'll keep walking. Well, I'll tell you the full tale, but now's not the time.
Not now is not the time. And the procession will walk for 3/4 of a mile up in the cold mountains of Alba Island, leading you inside this large stone keep where your companions sort of seem to follow instructions like automatons, not really seeming to have too much sense of self. Do you ever try to reach out to them?
Well, it's nice to see them taking orders for once, to be honest. But I will, if I can get a moment away from Lord Berwick, I think I would walk up next to whoever's like next in line.
I mean, he's walking beside you. If you want to hurry up to the next person in line, Nilrum, you can do so. But he will be near you. He's not like...
No, it's not the time then.
Okay. Yeah. Soon the four of you are in the main hall of this old style.
What I would do though is if he speaks to someone else or if he's distracted, I would like take a moment to like whisper in Nilrum's ear or something like that. But I'd only do it when I thought I wasn't being watched.
No, it's just you and these two noble people that are seemingly with consciousness, being tailed by 3 packs of wolves, walking up a mountain in the middle of the night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do they have shoes on, Nilrum and the party?
Unless they sleep in shoes, no.
It's going to do terrible things to the feet.
I think walking a mile up a mountain is probably, I think they can handle it. I think Archie can manage.
Yeah, I think so. It's not comfortable though, is it?
Neither is slamming your fist into someone's face over and over again, but...
No, that's true.
Anyway, the party is lined up in the main hall of this sort of old-style keep up on the hill, surrounded by mountains. Large windows let the moonlight through. You can see stained glass images of the early days of creation in the world, images that you recognize from the stories that people tell about the long ago times. You see some image of some guy named the Fireworm from the Age of Heroes. You see pictures of gods coming to Earth as like comets in the sky and creating craters on the ground. There are images of blessings and prayers and all sorts of religious iconography on these stained glass windows scattered throughout the keep, while illuminating this room. And the 2 men, Lord Berwick and this other unnamed figure, stand near you, while maybe 6 folks hang out on a dais. They're all a little bit on the, fancy, well-dressed, and sort of very casual with their postures and body language, and very comfortable and relaxed and not worrying about too much or paying too much attention, just sort of lounging around in the dark of the moonlight, resting on little stools or chairs or chaise lounges. None of them taking too much consideration of you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John's a little bit worried at this stage. There's a lot of vampires here. When it's 2, that's one thing, but if there's like 8, then we're that's a nasty thing. So I will, looking around the keep, do I see any like servants scuttling about in the shadows?
Yes, absolutely. There are 2 servants in this room, sort of behind the dais and off to one side, hanging out in the moonlit shadows, or the shadows of the moonlight cast by columns, I should say.
Are they human? Like, are they alive?
Yes, absolutely. Shadows, right? Yes, you can see their life force feeding from them, or emanating from them. Definitely living creatures, unlike the other people on the dais.
Yeah. So, with everyone sort of seemingly lined up and stopped moving now, is that what's happened? And everyone's like watching from the balcony?
Yeah. Dais, not balcony. There's just a few steps between you and them. Just to be clear.
I'll sort of step in front of the other 3 and turn around and look around the room.
You can see the people
all-
on the dais like whispering amongst themselves, clearly interested in you in this situation, and chatting
Indeed.
quietly in hushed whispers.
It's good to be back, friends. So nice of you to all join us again. Things have changed since the last time we met.
Yes, I see, says one of the women on the dais. One
So-
of the other. Go ahead.
How does this work? I'm afraid that you might not find us as enjoyable as last time. I could tell the tale as to why, but it's a long one.
We're not concerned about the length of your story. We would love to hear a new story. Tell us, Captain John Winters.
It's not very comfortable here. Is there perhaps somewhere we could sit, have a drink?
One of the female figures on the dais waves over to one of the servants and kind of motions in your direction, and they walk over and drop to their hands and knees using their back as like a bench for you to sit on.
I look down at the person.
Their face is just down into the stone, not really paying attention to anything.
A chair, a sofa, a table, a glass. My crew here are tired. They need to rest.
She just simply waves at them. Down, boys. And your crew sits down, cross-legged on the floor.
I wish they took orders so well from me. No one? I look around. No.
Not a single bout of laughter.
So why are you so interested in me? You've never seen one like me before? It's
We're
the
not
same
quite
as you are.
sure who you are yet. Tell us. Who and what are you?
Well, I regret to inform you, and I regret for myself that I'm in fact a dead man. By no right should I be here walking amongst you, but I suppose if I'm welcome anywhere, it must be here.
They all chuckle to themselves, kind of growing in a large group laughter, which makes you feel most unwelcome. Although you don't have to show it.
Yeah, you remember the last time we were here? You gave us something. Do you recall? I start taking my backpack off.
They wait for you to produce it, and they look
I pull
on.
out the painting.
And
What is this?
it is help to aid you on your most sacred quest.
So you do know what it is we're trying to do?
I know what your role in this is. Yes, says a different one from up on the dais. This one is actually a very heavy-set gentleman. He's got like a little skinny bolo tie looking thing. Not a bolo tie, but a skinny tie hanging from his neck. His cape is extra large. He's like pulled it around him as if to keep him warm in the cool night air.
Humor me. Why don't you tell me what you think it is we're trying to do?
You're trying to do our bidding. You're trying to make this place more enjoyable for everyone.
Well, you're half right. I am trying to make this place more enjoyable for everyone,
Yes.
including yourselves.
Yes.
You know, there's so many of you. You're so, impressively powerful. I've heard the legends. Why don't you be done with the White Prince yourself? Why rely on a group of short-lived mortals to do your dirty work for you?
There's a little bit of, looking and pointing and whispering and together. The heavy-set gentleman will rise all the way to his feet, his heavy belly shaking, his jowls on his face jiggling as he speaks to you. Well, well, well. Why should we do anything when you can do it for us? You're already on the path. All you needed was a little push, a little help to get you where you want to go, which is where we want you to be anyway. Why would we stick our necks out when you're already doing it?
Well, you didn't force us on this path. Surely you're smart enough to realize that we were already on it when we came to you.
Yes. It's what made you such a wonderful tool. It's why we let you go.
So what's all this about then? We're working together, aren't we? We've put your painting to good use.
You're working together, working towards the same goal. But don't think for a minute you're one of us. Look at you and your stick figure animations, your stick figure motions. You who... How did you come this way? You didn't quite finish that bit of the story.
Well, I was getting to it. A bit of setting, the background helps the tale be told more enjoyably. You may mock me, my cold friends, but at least I can bask in the rays of the sun.
Oh no. Did you hear that, Josephine? He can bask in the rays of the sun. Ah. I am so jealous.
Your poor jokes do not hide your concern. Well, it all began a stormy summer's day. I sailed the greatest ship that Eridon had ever made from the bays of Redport out into the ocean. Have you ever been to Redport? Have you been to Eridon? When was the last time you left this island? This keep, even?
These concerns are not yours. Tell your story, pirate.
Well, I can tell my story, but I deserve some of yours, don't I? You've already said yourself that you're not going to kill me. Clearly your charms aren't working. Must you stand up there on that dais looking so superior? Can't we talk as friends?
Why would I ever consider you a friend? You seem
well,
to think you're on par, or somehow equal, peasant. We are lords. You work for us.
Norum is a lord too.
Haven't you heard? There are no more lords in the Outer Rim.
I dispute that.
Perhaps you're welcome to dispute what you want up here on your mountain. No concern to anyone else. What we deal in is far grander. We've achieved more for your ends in a couple of years than however many centuries you've graced this keep. Well, anyway, there I was on my ship, sailing, about to be the richest man that ever did leave Redport, when I was hit by a terrible storm. The ship lost, the passengers lost, my gold lost to the bottom of the ocean. I drowned somewhere in the sea, I'm not sure where. I found myself on the shore of an island on the Outer Rim, along with my 3 friends here. Story you've heard plenty of times before.
Yes, we know that story. Please skip ahead to the bit where you change from living flesh to well-spoken zombie.
My friend here, and I point to Sail, is a powerful cleric, but not one of the gods that sit above us in the sky, watching down on us. This is something far different. Perhaps you know of him.
Perhaps
He's
you
ancient.
do.
Well, now that is something I'd be interested in. Why don't you tell me what you know about it? I'm still trying to fill in all the gaps.
Why don't you
And then
finish
I'll
your
tell you.
story first?
Well, tit for tat.
We know what your friend, Mr. Sale, the cleric of Rohi, says. We've had a nice long chat or two. We've heard all about his side of things. He's told us how he came to be, his adventures here, his search for his brother. Have you found him, by the way? His long-lost
we
brother,
have.
who he loves more than life itself?
Yeah, we did run into him, yeah. a tale that maybe Sale can tell you when he wakes up. It's not really my place to tell. Well, anyway, since you know some of the background, I'll skip ahead. We were traveling on some fucking jungle island somewhere in the rim. I'm not sure exactly where. When we came across a large troll with a pouch. You ever seen these things before?
They nod up and down, enthusiastic.
Yes, well, we beat back the thing's children, scared it away into the woods. And,
Yes.
I'm a show-off, at heart. Well, back in the day at least, I used to be, I crave the attention, want to be the hero. I followed after it climbing up a hill. Tried to use some poison from a dart. Hit the thing right in its arse. Could tell the poison was working. Unfortunately for me, not fast enough. It turned around, chased me up the hill, cornered me against a cliff, and, I raised my neck. Bit my head clean off.
Yes.
So
you
Sale
do
here
have brains of Archie's fists, don't you?
I nod. Yes. My, his fists and my brains have got us very far. Well, anyway, Sale here, and Archie, I'm led to believe, stricken with guilt, with grief, as they were, dragged my remains to the ocean to meet with his benefactor and requested mercy. And, well, that's what happened.
You were dragged into the sea after your head was ripped off by a monster, and then you walked right back out again?
Exactly, so you'll see why I'm not intimidated by whatever this is.
How did you walk back out?
With my legs.
What kept you attached to this coil?
I shrug. To be honest, I came here looking for answers. I've never heard of anything like this, and, well, you're the closest thing.
The fat one up there motions over, and the other ones on the dais, the 5 other ones up there, come round, and they all sort of stand in a circle, the heavy-set one talking, then listening as the others reply. The 2 that escorted you from the inn, Lord Birdwick and the other unnamed one, just hang out. The other unnamed one is like gently stroking Archie's hair and like parting it this way and then that way, and kind of like, playing, just playing dress up with him a little bit and just kind of rearranging.
Do I see the one that Nilrim was in the carriage with, that he had his
oh
good
yeah,
time
yeah.
with?
She's definitely up there on the hill. Or on the dais.
Okay. Okay. I turn to Berg and say, well, this is a bit rude.
What were you expecting? A warm welcome?
Good one.
After
No, cold one's just fine.
When the conversation breaks up there, the heavy one looks down at you and goes, well, then why did you come back here? Clearly you're not done with your mission, your
I'm not.
holy quest. What is it that you've come to Alba Island for?
Since walking back out of that ocean, I've not been the same. I can't feel. Don't really have any emotions. Fear, love, hate. Doesn't really work. I have to brew the strongest moonshine you've ever seen just to feel a taste of it. I was hoping that I'd get answers here.
You
A way
want
out of
life?
this, or... I don't know what I want. Something more. When I first woke up that first night, could sense the life in people. You all lack it. These 3 here shines brightly. What's that about?
I know one way that you could find out, says the fat man on the altar.
Go on.
Would you like to come down our basement.
Let them go back to the inn, and I'll go with you. Yes, gladly. I told you your tale, and in a very grand way, if I do say so myself.
Okay. People on the altar look sort of pleased with themselves and motion to Lord Brunswick, who walks over and sort of runs a hand along the shoulders of Archie, Sale, and Nilbram and says, "Up, boys, up. It's time to go back to bed. Come with me," and begins to escort them back out of the keep,
All right.
leaving you with these 6 presumed vampires, but certainly non-living entities in this keep on the night before full moon, completely surrounded.
Well, I wasn't in a winning fight when the first one showed up, so. So, what's in the basement? Some sort of sex dungeon?
No, we keep those on the ground floor.
Ah,
The basement is where we can experiment, see what you are. Come with us. And he will motion, and one of the ladies will head down the dais and over to a door sort of on the side. She opens it. It leads into a generic seeming hallway with some old rugs, and she just sort of motions down the hall for you to head in that direction. Undoubtedly, she will follow you and lead you in the way, but...
wait. I turn around back to my backpack, which is still on the ground from when I pulled out the paint ink, and I'll point to it and say, make sure that gets back to them.
They nod. One of them calls a wolf over, but has the wolf pick up the bag and trot down the stairs, out the keep with it to catch up with the others.
All right. I straighten my hat and I follow down the corridor.
Okay. Great. Fantastic. And I think with that, we will return to the rest of the party, who wakes up the next morning totally fine. You're in the inn. You each have your own room. You had a not too heavy of a night last night. I do believe the spellcasters amongst the party, though, find themselves oddly restless. Like maybe the hike yesterday combined with the drinking has just like exhausted you too much to properly memorize spells. You just find yourself really, really worn and exhausted. Like the sleep was not super restful. But here you are in this lovely town up on the mountainside. Bright, fresh, crisp winter air. It's a little bit overcast, but there's some rays of sun coming down between mountain peaks, illuminating the village. You can hear the sounds of things picking back up, little ox carts drawing folks through the town. You can hear the sounds of the cricket farm next door, alive, screaming into the void of the morning, getting ready to be harvested. And soon the three of you meet in the common room. Captain John, just not there. Maybe sleeping in.
What were we here to do again? We were here to talk to the people.
John wants
So
to
I
talk
guess
to
we
the
need-
vampires.
Yeah, we need John.
Yeah.
They give free breakfast in this inn?
Yes, breakfast is included with the costs. It is another one of these like fried cricket patties with some vegetables.
Again?
I'd kill a man for a slice of pork.
Archie likes them.
Yeah. Norm thought it was okay, but 2 nights in a row?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, whenever you get bored of hanging out and someone goes to find John, you'll find that his door is just unlocked and his bag is sitting on top of his bed, which is nice and neatly made, and John is nowhere to be seen. But his bag is there in a weird, prominent spot.
Well, guys, looks like
I
John
will go
got
through
himself
his
killed.
bag.
Yeah, he's got his bag.
What's in his bag?
That's a great question.
Yeah, what is it about? Hang on. I shall tell you. You've got nine stones. My clothes, but I'm wearing them. You've got a
Can I
fancy
appraise the
key.
stones?
I got a fancy what?
Key.
I grabbed that.
Stones are worthless. They're just regular
a fancy
rocks.
dagger.
What the fuck does he have stones in his bag?
I have no idea.
What do you mean fancy dagger? Who is this from?
It's just
I
a
think I just
fancy
bought-
looking dagger, dude. It's just like a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice dagger.
It's just a nice dagger. A tinderbox.
I'll leave that.
4.5 healing salves.
I take 2.
Sick. I'll take 2.
Take
as
2.
well.
Okay. You kids bastards.
2 healing cells. Okay.
A spyglass.
No, I'll take 1. I'll take 1.
You say what?
Leave
Okay.
1.5 in there.
A spyglass.
I leave the spyglass.
A blowgun.
I leave that.
10 blow darts.
Take 1.
2 jars of what you think are probably poison. One of them seems a little bit used.
I leave those.
A silver dagger.
I put the fancy dagger back. I take the silver dagger.
Okay, and then you're gonna like this last bit. 2 emeralds worth 100 gold pieces.
I take 1. I give 1 to Sale. This is for him not paying for our rooms.
And
It's a fair trade. I slipped it into my pocket.
a Rohi amulet that I took from that crypt we were in.
Everyone, do make sure to add your emeralds and stuff to
You
your
have an
character
amulet there?
sheets.
Yeah. A
Is that
Rohi
not the one
amulet.
I'm wearing?
Oh, it probably is. Yeah, I probably wrote it down there when I just picked it up. You're right. It will be that.
No, it's probably a good
Um,
time for me to add that to my character sheet.
Thieves' tools.
Okay.
A feather shawl. 100 feet of rope.
Oh,
Some jewelry. A set of keys.
I take the jewelry.
Take the jewelry. It's yeah, okay. You don't know whose it was, so I'm deleting it.
I just take it.
A tuft of hair.
I leave that.
And 3 potions.
Potion.
Yeah, full
Yes.
potions.
I take 1 potion.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Any gold?
Yeah. I probably got a. I think I probably carry the 100 gold that I carry on me in person. You probably find like a bag with like a bunch of silver in it.
You would have picking up the gold bag when you were going with the people.
Yeah. I think it's. I think like I've got 2 bags of 50 gold attached to my waist, and then I think I've got a bigger bag with silver in my backpack.
Yeah. I take. I leave the silver. That's
Yeah,
what,
okay.
that's what you're looking for, and that's what you're expecting.
That's everything.
Okay.
I'll mute.
Well, John left his bag out for us. I guess he wanted us to grab some supplies. I
Where'd
give
he
Sale a
go?
smile.
Normally he doesn't leave without telling me.
I don't know. We should probably go check the town though.
I'm a little bit worried about him.
Did he did he go off up to where we were going on his own in some mad quest? In a need to get whatever we're here to get done. Kind of think about that sentence there for a second.
Didn't he tell us just to like chill out and he was gonna handle it? Should we wait a few days here? I feel like he told us not to get involved. This
I feel
is
like-
his thing.
Maybe he would have left a note with like the barman and being like, "I'll be back in 3 days." I feel like that would be. He'd be like, "If I'm not back in a week, you know." That's what we usually do, right? Like we even tell our ship, like if we're not back in a XYZ time.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he hasn't done that is weird, in my opinion.
I agree. Let me go check with the barman, and I'll go ask. Did John leave a note, by any chance?
No, sir. Nope.
I'll come down as well as Neil's talking to him. It's like, did you see him or did you hear him leave or?
Nope. Quiet night last night. Yawns. Didn't see or hear anything all night long.
Am I also tired and yawning?
Yeah. You hiked for days and you slept. Actually, you haven't slept in a while too. So you've got reason to be tired.
I was more so wondering, do I feel like I got a full night's sleep?
No. Maybe. Not really. Definitely not enough to memorize spells, but it was a big couple of days hiking through that forest at night.
Yeah, it doesn't raise my suspicions.
Yeah.
Alright, so he didn't even know. This guy didn't spot him. He hasn't been seen. He left his bag. Where could he be and what is he doing? We could have a look around town. Maybe if we could pick up a sign of him. Maybe someone spotted him.
Yeah, I mean, we can go look around, but I think he just went off to do his thing. He seemed pretty confident about it.
Alright.
Maybe
I
we
guess we
wait
could give it a
but we
day
should-
or two.
we could- There's no harm in going and seeing if we can find him,
At the very least, we'll learn more about the town
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the
We'll
local
walk
area.
around.
Yeah, you can step out. It's sort of a nice day. There's some folks around. People seem, seems like actually a fairly ordinary spot as you walk through town. There's a couple of shops here. Everywhere you go, though, if you see someone eating, you notice like they're practically all eating these weird cricket patties. It just seems to be like the thing that is around. You do see folks with livestock. There's someone hauling a bunch of pigs in a cart, but no one's eating ham. No one's eating pork. One minor oddity, probably just like a cultural phenomenon up here. There are a couple of shops. The roads here are dirt. Mud with when it rains, clearly. Lots of potholes. And you can gaze as you get to like the very center of the town and look to your right, up the mountains to the north. There's a winding path dotted with bright pink flowers all along the way that leads to some sort of fortress that's sort of nestled in between two steep mountain ridges, made out of like this like a reddish colored sandstone, or that like orangey red colored sandstone blocks. The keep looks a little bit old, like the sandstone's been worn away by rain over the years. And it's clearly, that's the place of leadership where whoever is in charge of this island would live. No one really calls out to you or speaks to you as you walk about, unless the guy from last night sees Nil. No, that guy's not around. Cool. Yeah.
The guy from last night. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the gambling incident.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you
I'd
can...
Go
ahead.
I'd like to learn a little bit, just like a tiny little bit more about like the local customs. Like, I'm curious about like why do they eat the bugs and not livestock? Is it like a regulation or a cultural practice? Like, I'll ask someone about it. It's like, hey, like someone I find.
Yeah, well, they tell you that it's just real hard to grow vegetables up here in the mountains. It's hard to get good food, but crickets will eat just about anything. So, and he like points, over there, and he points over there, and he shows you to a couple of warehouses where he claims there are these like long hallways with like concentric beds of vegetable matter that they'll just like toss brush in and grass clippings and whatever else they want in there, and the crickets will feast on it. And they just, as these crickets get to this age, they're harvested for food and whatnot. It's their form of low maintenance livestock that you can actually grow enough of in the mountains to feed a village.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems very practical.
And then the other two things you talked about is like the town doesn't seem like as developed as you would expect, like with dirt roads and stuff.
Yeah.
And that there's like a local keep nearby.
Yeah, for a local keep, this town is kind of run down. Normally, if you've got like a nice fancy keep, at least the town square might be like paved or look a little bit nicer. This place clearly hasn't had a lot of financial investments, or, maybe the leadership that's in charge of maintaining these things is not doing a great job. But the roads are dirty with potholes. You haven't actually seen a single law enforcement officer around. There's not a constable or a guard anywhere.
Okay, that's interesting. When I notice that,
no
I'll make
crime.
note
It's a
to the
perfect
group.
city.
Yeah, it's some sort of libertarian utopia.
I'll find another person and I'll query like, who's the local lord, what's with the keep, etc. And just like, we can roleplay it or we can
Yeah, no,
Gloss
they'll
over it.
just give you some quick information. They tell you that the local lord lives up in the keep over there. It's a Lord Burnswick. Berwick. A Lord Berwick. And his family. And, that's about it.
Does he have a reputation, Lord Berwick? Like, is there rumors about him, things that are said about him? Does the person look nervous when I ask this question?
No, they don't look nervous at all, but they also just kind of shrug and be like, no, I don't know. The Lord's a lord, right?
Lord's a lord.
I'm sorry, Berwick is the guy that Nick was talking to. The lord in charge of the island is Baron Grimbold.
Grimbold, gotcha.
Yeah.
Grim?
So they didn't bring up the Burke guy.
No. Berwick. Sorry, I got my. There's a lot
I'm
of
just making
lot
sure,
of
yeah.
nobles. Yeah, I just mixed them up. No.
Well, I mean, quick cursory glance around town doesn't seem like anything particularly major stands out to me. It just seems like they're just bug-eating forest people.
Yeah.
It feels like a rundown mountain town.
I don't know where John could have went. What do you want to do, Archie? You want to wait a few days in the tavern? I'm sure he'll show up.
He did leave that. Why didn't he leave a note for us?
John,
I'm so confused.
He's just that way, you know? He probably thought of something in the night and just got up and ran off.
He wouldn't leave me like that. I don't like this. I think we should keep looking. We should keep asking people.
I think it comes down to this for me. If we're right, and he's off doing his own thing, and he's going to come back and be fine, and we do nothing, great outcome.
Big deal.
If we're wrong, and he doesn't
Big
come
problem.
back, big problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we should at least pull some threads, maybe figure out how to get up to the keep, maybe start
Yeah, I
asking more
agree.
questions.
I think the keep is the most likely place. Here's what I think happened. I think there's a nice, cute, noble lady up there that he fell in love with, that he's questing after right now. That's what
I don't think
Right.
John's banging any nobles, I'll be honest.
Oh well, he's actually banged a lot of nobles. Believe me, Nilarim.
Hey, you watch him?
Of course not. That'd be so indecent.
Okay.
I think we should also ask the locals maybe if people have disappeared. But I wonder if he can still do stuff when he takes off his head. Maybe he could become more popular with the ladies.
No.
Yeah, I guess we go around town and ask. Have you
Yeah.
seen John?
So you'll notice that as you go around town, that there's essentially like a road that runs through town from the east side of the island towards the west side of the island. And there are walls on the east and west side of town. But the north side of town, where the path leads up to the keep, is completely unwalled. And in true and proper form, these walls are guarded. That's the only place that you've actually seen guards. You seem to recall being let in yesterday by one of the guards on the walls, I think. And that's the only place that you do find any sort of security. You could ask with them, but they'll tell you that nobody left during the night. The town is closed down at nighttime. No one comes or goes. I think that's the only information I have for you off the bat, unless there's other things that you want to specifically explore.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. So maybe, an hour or two of walking around this little village. You get the lay of it. It's not that big. There's probably maybe, room for 1,000, maybe 2,000 people in here if you include kids and everything, the elderly and the children. There is a little bit of farmland up here, sort of between the town and the keep, just like a little bit to the north and off to the left and right sides of the path. There's a little bit of farmland. There are some livestock that are kept around here, but it looks like mostly large oxen for pulling carts back and forth. And it's just kind of cozy. No one seems to have anything to say about the Lord Grimbald. And no one seems to have seen John, and everyone was happy enough to answer your questions. It's oddly inviting, actually, now that you're thinking about it. A lot of these other places on the rim have been a little bit leery of folks coming. I mean, granted, they're all under the reign of the White Prince, so maybe that's it. Maybe it's the White Prince that is why everyone's so off-putting. In fact, that town at the bottom where you docked your boat, they were also kind of wary and off-putting. But up here, it's very, I don't know, happy, at least relaxed, at least unworried.
Everyone's happy that we're here. You know, we're cool.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
It's unusual, but I can't imagine there's anything significant there, is there?
Probably not.
I don't think so. They're
Probably
just,
nothing.
you know, I don't even think I'd notice that they're just being a helpful bunch.
Great.
Yeah, would it remind me of like my farming community that I grew up in? That where like, you know, if you were just passing through, people were like friendly and happy to see you. Or is
No.
it just a different vibe?
This is like a little uncanny valley version of that. Like your home farming community, people might be a little bit more in your face. They might be a little bit more like, hey, traveler, what are you doing here? There's like an inherent distrustfulness of people coming through any community that's like, you know, fairly insular. Any small village is a fairly insular community. And folks might be like, polite as like a means
word.
to like talk
Hospitality.
with you. Yeah, they're like a means to talk to you, but also to like keep an eye and see what you're doing here. There's a lot more inquisitive of a place. And if in your own old home farming community, a stranger came through town, people would be gathering in small groups to like talk about it. And you're getting like it's almost like they don't care enough that you're here. The arrival of strangers, especially the 4 of you, should be gossip, and there should be folks coming out of the woodwork to kind of be like, ooh, what's going on? And instead, everyone's just kind of ignoring you, and, you know, their prices are high here. Usually, small remote areas kind of have lower prices. There's something definitely uncanny valley about this place. It's like someone's imagination of what a happy mountain community would be.
Mm-hmm. Archie picks
I'll-
up on none of this.
I'll kind of try to explain this to the party. It's like, you know, this doesn't feel like a small town. It kind of feels like there's something weird going on here. You know, why
I don't
does
know what you're
anyone
talking
care
about.
that we're here?
Sale. This is,
No, like,
it
Because
seems
we're
like
here because they don't fear us like they do with the people of the White
Yeah.
Prince. I think you're just being paranoid, Sale.
it's just
Even
like
if we
us.
come to
We've been
one
with
nice
people who
village
actually
who's
like
willing to
us.
accept us
Yeah.
and talk to us, and you're just like, oh, these people are weird and trying to hurt us.
Yeah.
What
Either
would you
setting
rather
something
do?
up.
Be down there trying to kill us?
Well, no, they should at least be curious about us, right? How many places have we wandered into, and you know,
How many people do you
small-
see on the side of the street that you're curious about and you give a fuck about? These
in a
guys are
small
just
town
going
like
on
this
their-
where everyone knows everyone?
They're just going about their business, man.
Small town people don't go about their business; they get in your business. Okay,
You from a small town?
I am. Now they do it
I l-
politely, but they don't usually ignore you.
I don't feel like we're being ignored. Anyone we go and talk to, they answer our questions. They
Yeah.
talk to us.
I think it's fine.
I'll wave at someone as they walk by. How's it going?
They give you a little hey, and then ignore you and keep going.
See?
See,
He's not ignoring you.
he should have stopped to talk to me. Okay,
What?
I'm from a small town. I know what this is like.
Well, I don't know what you want, Sale.
He wasn't friendly enough. It's making me uncomfortable.
I'll point at some random passerby. Hey, come here.
They kind of look at me and walk on over. Something I can do for you?
Slap yourself.
What?
Smack your own face.
Like this? Why would I do that?
Yeah,
That
do
seems weird. No.
Do it.
No.
Do
See
it.
you later. And they walk off.
See, Sale?
That's
They're
kind of
not-
rude.
They're not mind washed. They're not brainwashed. If he was brainwashed, he'd just smack himself. It's
How
all
is they're
fine.
brainwashed? They're just weird. They're not. They're weird. That
Okay,
was even
well,
that guy was kind of weird.
How is he weird?
How is he
He
weird?
should have been he should have been more confused. I start like, you guys don't get it. You just don't get it. You're not from a small town.
I motion over another random person. Hey, you, come over here.
Person walks on over. Hi there, she says. How's it going?
Just curious. Me and my friends are having a little discussion here. Are you guys weird or are you guys normal?
What's that supposed to mean?
Like, are you are you like weird or are you like normal?
I'm sorry, are you flirting with me? I can't quite tell.
I don't know. Archie gets flustered and steps back.
Okay, well, have a nice day, boys, she says as she waves.
Where are you going? Where are you off to?
Oh, I'm headed over to she like points at one of those warehouses of crickets. I'm headed over to go feed the livestock.
Oh, cool. Can we come? I'm
can
kind
we
of curious
come?
about it, actually. We just want to
I'd also
observe.
like to see the livestock.
Um,
We'll pay you.
what? You'll pay me?
Yeah, we'll pay you to give us a tour.
Yeah, like, how much you need? Like a couple silver?
Sure, I can give you a tour. She reaches out her hand for the silver.
I will. kill
How
her if she
expensive was
runs.
beer here?
It was
Figure-
pricey.
It's like a silver each.
Yeah.
I'll give her like whatever like the inflation adjusted amount of silver would be. So like if it's like normally a silver for a beer and it's 4 here, I'll give her like 8 silver instead of 2.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you'll give her like 4 silver essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
let
She'll
me
take the
my
silver
character
and
sheet.
kind of put her hands on her hips and looks around and points to the south and goes, well, that's the fastest way down the mountain. It's a joke. There's no road there. It's just a steep cliff. And let's see. That's the east gate and that's the west gate. That's the only tavern in town. I don't know if you've been there yet. Let's go start at the tavern. It's a great place to start our tour. And she...
Oh,
We've already been
we've
to the
in the
tavern.
tavern.
Let's do somewhere
Oh.
else.
Did you say you were going into that barn to feed livestock?
Yeah?
Norm will start walking towards the barn.
Yeah, let's check that out. That sounds cool. I've never, I'm from a farming town, so I want to see how you guys do it here.
Norm walks closer to the barn.
She kind of
Leaves
just
the party to
stands
walk
there,
back.
a little bit confused for a moment. I suppose.
Norm gets to the barn,
To the farm.
tries to open
Yeah.
the door.
And it's locked.
Yeah.
It's a long warehouse essentially. Like a long skinny building. And it's just locked. And she, after a moment
I
of
knock it
confusion
open.
and hesitation, you cast a knock spell, and in the town square.
I
Well,
don't
not the
care.
square, but yeah. You immediately blow open the lock and can walk on in. The woman starts following or heading in Noam's direction, leading the others, but her gait is a little bit slow, and she gets halfway there and pauses and turns back to you and goes, wouldn't you like to see something else? Maybe there's a park next to the cemetery. There's a nice little temple over here to the
I go in the barn.
big 4 gods.
Yeah,
You step
we'll look
into
at that after. Why don't you come with us? I'll take her by the arm and start leading her into the barn.
Oh, okay. And she'll follow along with you. I assume Archie's in tow. Nerum, you'll get inside, and sure enough, it's just, there's a hallway, and on either side are these, like, big square pits. They're not pits, but, like, there's walls that come up to about chest height with little doors on, not doors, lids on them with crisscrossed with thin wire and thatch that sort of helps keep the crickets in, and you can lift them, and sure enough, there's just like a huge mound of crickets in there munching on some sort of grubs and shrubs. You can see like detritus all up and down the main hallway here. It's got dirt floors as well. The roof keeps the rain out, so it's actually in fairly good condition. But you can see paths where wheelbarrows have been run up and down the middle of this aisle to provide food up and back. At the far end, there's a room. So like you enter in one side of the long building, and then you've got pits on either side for food, and then a door at the far end that leads into what must be an office or a storage room of some kind. But soon the party is here, and she gets to the door and goes, it should be shut.
Oh, someone must have forgot to lock it. But you could show us around now, I guess.
Well, here it is. This is where the crickets are. This is where I bring the food. And you see that that flag over there, that little piece of blue cloth hanging out, that's where the cutoff is. That's where the new batch to harvest is, right there. And everything down that way is newer, and everything up this way is older. Well, I should say that we're heading towards the front door as we harvest, and
So
sowing.
you guys do like a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
You take like the eggs of the babies. I'm not sure how crickets reproduce, but like, and then you put those in the new bins. Oh, interesting. Very cool. I'm pretending to be incredibly interested in cricket husbandry.
Yes. There are some windows in this area. They're not like glass windows. They're just lots of wooden poles crisscrossing to make it hard to get into. But they let in enough light for the crickets to survive by.
Yeah, Nilram will search the place. He thinks something's being hidden and something weird is going on. I don't know if you want a perception check, intelligence check, or if you want me to go, differently.
Well, why don't we just take our first break right here as you're hanging out in the cricket farm, and we'll come back on the other side with a little bit more Tides of Death. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Nilram, you're searching this place filled with crickets. And after lifting a few of the boxes and the woman talking with Sail and clearly being like distracted by Sail, because every now and then she tries to like look at Nilram, who's making his way down the hallway, and tries to say something to him, but Sail keeps, finding some little bit of small talk to distract her, and she keeps like missing that. You make your way to the door at the back and give it a little open, and inside you see that there's like a bunch of beds, and the shutters over the windows in this room are kind of closed, making it dark, and in the beds there are a few figures, like people laying out in the beds.
Do they notice when I'm there?
They don't seem to respond. They must be asleep or incapacitated in some way.
Do they just look like regular townspeople? Are they sleeping in a weird way, or are they just sleeping?
Well, you'd have to walk in the room to get a good look at them.
I walk in.
Yeah. Sail, when Nilram walks in, the woman sort of, she hears the door open, and she turns her back to you, ignoring you, cutting off the conversation midway, and tries to hurry after him. What are you gonna do?
I'll follow her. I'm like, hey, where are you going? Hey, wait, you haven't told me about these ones over here. Excuse me, where are you going? Excuse me, where are you going?
I have to check on. I have to check on.
I embrace her in a hug and say, I think I've fallen for you.
You don't look like you're on the ground.
No, like, just in here with the crickets. I think I'm starting to have feelings for you.
That's a very unusual thing to say. I don't know.
It's something about the ambiance, this whole village. It reminds me of home. You remind me of a girl I knew back home, and I was super in love with her, but I could never. I was a kid. I was too afraid to say anything.
Well, that's lovely.
Nilram checks it out.
Yeah, you walk into the room, Nilram, and there's like a dozen people in here in cots in varying states of injury. They all look fatigued and exhausted. They've got blankets pulled up over them. There's like little buckets next to them. Some of them have a little bit of puke in them. You can see some food supplies lying around. There's a couple of buckets of clear, fresh water. There's some crispy little patties. You can even see that there's a little bit of salted meat hanging from the ceiling in this room. But all dozen folk in here seem to be like very ill.
Can you explain their injuries? Because we're already thinking vampires. I think we came to that conclusion before.
So
Nilram looks them over.
Describe to me, set the scene, Nilram. There's people on the bed. They're cots up.
I see people on the bed. I go to the first cot I can find. I grab the person. I take off the blankets and I give them a big look over. As a farmer would look over their sheep. You know,
Yeah.
no regard that they're a human, no
Right.
regard for their lives. Yeah.
They look just like you and your friends did in the boat so long ago, covered in wounds in key places, puncture marks, scrapes, like lacerations.
I drop them. Don't care. And I head out. And I whisper to Sail what I saw, and it reminds me of the boat.
Yeah. The woman kind of looks at Sail and
Let me
goes,
find John.
Well, you know, I must say that's very I couldn't.
I'll like nod and I'll look dejected. I'll be like, it's okay. I've heard that a lot in my life. It's
No, it's not you. It's me. You know, I'm just really focused on my work right now, and I just don't have time. Besides, you live so far away, and
yeah, it wouldn't work. It's just I've been traveling for a long time, and I was lonely. And look, I shouldn't have said it. I should have. I'm sorry. You didn't do anything wrong.
maybe it's time that you go. And she like hands you back the 4 silver that you paid her.
No, that's for the tour. You gave us a tour. I think you should keep that. I think that's fair, right? We made a deal.
Okay.
Should probably go check
Yeah.
on the people in the back. We'll be going now.
Yes. I think I better had. And she hurries to the back room, steps inside, closes the door behind her, and then you can hear the sound of like a sliding latch.
We need to find John. Probably doing what they did to us before.
Wait, so what did you find? People?
About a dozen people in the same state that we were in when we first left this island.
Oh. Oh. So do you think they're like? Think that's the real livestock?
I think there's yeah.
I'm just thinking about if this is what happened to John.
But does John even have? They're vampires, right? So I assume they're after the blood. I don't think John does. He even have blood anymore?
I don't.
I don't think so. Where would he even be?
I'm really worried about him now, guys.
I'll start thinking back to what I remember from the time I was able to get a memory from this place, and I remember I was underground. What was the room like that I was in? Koibu, if you could. Do you want to check to see if I remember?
Well, you were assisted in those memories. You don't need to make an int check. You definitely seem to be in some sort of unwindowed room. And for a while, you and your friends were like hanging on the wall or like standing chained to the wall with like a curtain pulled in front of you. And you do recall being in another...
Was it a stone room?
Yeah, these were all stone rooms. But you do recall being in a room where like people came to visit and you were like sitting behind a chair. So you have like 2 memories, one being in an unlit, unwindowed room, and another being in like a main hall where curtains were drawn across you and then moved away at will. So there were 2 places that you were held. But you're here for a long time, so you were probably actually held in a lot of places. But it was definitely a large stone room both times. There were a lot of chains involved.
I'll
a lot
relay
of fabric.
I'll relay that information to Nilram and Archie, that I remember being in a big stone room, and then at the hall and about the curtains and stuff like that. And I'm looking around the town saying, I don't think I see anything like that in here. And that building was wood, right, in there?
And none.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably wasn't where we were kept. Did we see any like big stone buildings in the town aside from the keep?
Mm-mm.
I'll say so unless there's like a hidden building around or some sort of underground thing, I guess everything has kind of been slowly leading us towards maybe investigating that keep.
Yep. Well, when do you want to go? I don't think they're just going to let us in.
Yeah, especially because, they do that thing where we appear on the boat.
Why would they only take John?
Well, he's different. He's
Maybe they're
different
having
now,
a
right?
Conversation with John.
They could be talking to him, or they could be enslaving
Could
him
be
or something.
mutilating him. That's true.
He could be dismembered right now.
True.
Like maybe, what if they, I don't know. I assume vampires are undead, but what if they're like, undead purists and they see other types of undead as like aberrations? And they
Let's
just
go now.
All right. Wait, I'll say. I didn't get much sleep, but I guess we just have to go, right?
Yeah. We should
Okay.
probably have to just go. Yeah. We go to the keep.
All right.
Yep.
It's the middle of the day. You walk towards the keep. It's a nice, lovely day here in the village. You make your way up the path, surrounded by these like lovely pink flowers, leaving the village behind you. Once you get maybe, I don't know, 500, maybe 1,000 feet down the road, you can hear the sound of someone jogging after you, calling out, "Wait! Wait!" And then huffing and puffing, coming up the hill after you.
I think we wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wait for them.
It appears to be one of the very few guards in this town. You recognize him as the officer who let you in yesterday. And he's running and huffing and puffing and coming up the hill, pausing for a moment with his hands on his knees to catch his breath. And he goes, what are you doing? Where are you going? The keep's off limits. Without an express invitation from his lordship.
Oh, we're gonna go see if we can get an invitation.
No, you must get the invitation before you go to the keep.
Well, you
I
can-
lean over
What are
to
you gonna do?
Nilrim.
Stop us?
I lean over to Nilrim. Should I, show him my invitation?
well,
Just hold on a second, Archie.
how do you get invitations then? Surely you would go up and request an invitation and then come back down, right? That's what you
That's
do.
not how an invitation works, sir. No. If his lordship or one of his people needs to see you, they will come and invite you up. Personally.
Who are his people?
How do we know they
His
know we're
people.
here? We're just gonna go say hi and say, hey, we'd like to say hi.
Yeah, we're just gonna go, and then Norm will start to walk.
The
We'll be
man
back later.
shakes
See
his
you in the
head.
tavern. Bye.
Oh, this is not going well. He kind of stands there muttering to himself before turning and heading back to town, throwing a couple of glances over his shoulder and shaking his head. Oh, no, this is not going to go. This is bad. But soon, the three of you find yourself up this windy path towards this keep anchored on either side by a solid mountain with a narrow entryway flanked by steep cliffs. The gentle, rosy sandstone of the keep seems, quaint and nice, old, maybe not super well maintained. But there's no door guards or doormen or gatekeepers or, there's no one out front to send you away or ask what you're doing. It's you just come to a solid stone wall and a big ass wooden door in it.
I knock.
With your fist, not with the spell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the big door. You wait. Takes people a little while to get to the door sometimes. You're looking, and you're waiting. Maybe, I don't know if you knock a second time or something, but it does take a while.
Wait.
It takes a while.
I wait like a minute.
Yeah, I
Then I
know,
knock
it takes way too long. Someone should have shown up by now.
I knock as hard as I can.
And then you wait, and there is still
I try the
no...
door.
It's unlocked.
I open it.
It swings open on some creaky hinges. There were guards on the other side. They would easily be alerted to your entrance, but beyond this door is just an overgrown courtyard filled with weeds. There are archery targets set up for people to practice, but they're decrepit and rotten. They're made out of straw bales, but they're made out of straw bales from 2 years ago, so they're completely falling apart. There's like a small building on either side of the big open courtyard for people or horses or materials. Those buildings look in better condition than the old straw bales, but it's also sort of empty. There should be guards here or some sort of outposts or some sort of supplies, but the whole courtyard is just meh. Not even a halfling around to tend the garden.
I enter. And I think we go to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Like the proper.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You make your way across the courtyard towards the door on the other side where the proper castle is, only for it to open on your way and a elderly man comes, like exhausted, out of breath, opening the door and like stepping into the courtyard. Excuse me. What are you doing here?
We're
we're
here
here for
looking for
John.
an invitation. And our captain?
Bring us to John. Come on. Enough with the games.
I point to the monkey.
He looks to the monkey. He looks to the three pirates. I'm sorry, there's no one by the name of John here.
Who are you?
My name
How
is
do I know your name's
Jonathan.
not John? Yeah, this is what I
I-
thought.
I fear wand him.
He bolts. No save needed. This old man is on the brink of. Well, okay, technically he does get a save. Actually, hold on, let me roll it. Yeah, 13's not good enough. He's a 0th
We
level
can
fighter.
take it on.
He flees screaming inside the castle.
Wait, inside or outside?
Inside, because he came out of the castle. You're in the courtyard. The only way away from you is in. So he runs away from you into the castle.
Wait, why did you fear him? We were just chatting.
I just thought he was gonna run that way.
Oh.
Well,
Is there like...
I look up. Is there like a tower?
there are many towers.
What am I looking at here?
You are looking at a uneven castle. It doesn't have like the nice square structure with, 4 turrets on it. Instead, you get this like multi-level building where it's a little bit shorter on the right side and it rises to a grand peak in the middle and then comes down a little bit, halfway between the 2 heights on the left side. It's got 4 turrets, 4 towers. 2 of them are on the left side, one of them sort of in the middle, one of them's on the right side. They're all uneven heights. 2 of them are square, 2 of them are circular. The architecture is odd. Like from the outside, when you're just looking at the pink walls, it looks kind of nice and quaint and solid and sturdy and old. But when you're here before it yourself, like this looks like it was made by a few different concepts or like a few different artists. Maybe it started as a small keep and it got expanded upon multiple times through the centuries. Sometimes keeps have that quality of, multiple improvements over the centuries. This definitely has that vibe. Like the windows are all narrow, but like not
Like too narrow
so,
for someone to enter.
Yeah, they're like too narrow for someone to enter, but they're too broad to be used as good arrow loops. They're like a good arrow loop is just big enough for a person to stick a bow through and see what's going on. These are a little bit bigger, big enough that a small dog or a fat cat could easily walk through them. And they're situated, all high up like a fortress, but oddly shaped, like I don't know. There's glass here. There wasn't any glass in the town, but this place is covered with thick glass windows. You can see some of them are stained. Most of them are not. The tiles and the rooftops seem to be in good repair, even though the garden down here is not. I don't know.
Okay.
The whole
Let's keep
keep
going
sort
through.
of rises towards the back too. It's got like a multi-layered. It's a weird architecture.
Hmm.
We
but
keep going.
Yeah, you step in to the keep on the hard stone floor. On the inside, the stones are gray. On the outside, the stones are this kind of pinkish sandstone color. You can walk in, and you can just begin to explore the keep. Any particular direction? Or are you just gonna?
We remember
walk
it was
around?
down, so we want to go find John. So I think we go as down as we can.
Okay. Hmm. Do you split up to cover more ground?
No.
You sure?
No.
100%.
No.
No.
Okay. You walk around the keep looking for a down staircase. In a lot of keeps, you might have up and down staircases fairly near to the front. You might like take a right turn and head down a hallway and then like, have access to other layers. But in this situation, you take a right turn, hoping to find a staircase that leads somewhere. And instead the hall splits a few times and twists, and then you find yourself in some sort of audience hall, some sort of like main throne room sort of looking chambery place. And Sail, your skin begins to crawl as you see these huge curtains that are like pulled down in front of this throne. They must just be over stone because you can see where the curtains aren't. It's just like solid stone wall. There's a little bit of a dais here. There's posts and pillars all the way around, leaving like a walkway on the outside, and then like this recessed, lowered greeting pit, and then a raised dais where there's a nice fancy chair and a couple of chaise lounges and a couple of reclining chairs and one rocking chair. You get like flashbacks to being in this room once upon a time, but all the curtains across the walls are pulled straight across, covering as much of the wall as possible. So you can't see if there's anyone chained there, or even if there are chains there.
This looks like the room I was in before, does it?
It looks like one of them. You remember seeing it from the opposite side.
Archie, I'm gonna need you to punch as many people if they try to fuck with us. You're gonna have to punch their lights out as hard as you've ever punched before.
Literally anyone who comes along. We're just going to John.
Just punch anyone.
Yep.
That sound good, Sale?
You got it.
Sale?
Well, we got in here without violence, and I feel like if they were going to hurt us, they would have done it by now. So I'm going to be in camp, perhaps not start punching ancient vampire people.
I agree. I'm in camp, not punch unless they are provoked.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
We continue on.
All right. We begin to search the castle.
Yeah. Can I give you a luck roll for how quickly we find it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Thank you. So one thing becomes very quickly apparent. Some sort of madman must have designed this castle. The layout makes no sense at all. Like right next to this big, large, main meeting hall, there's a kitchen. Like the kitchen opens into this big main meeting hall, and the kitchen is sort of, someone has cooked something here recently. You do see some chopped vegetables, and you can smell meat that has been fried in the kitchen recently. The embers are still sort of warm in the hearth where you would cook over. And there's a little bit of food laying about. Not a lot, just like some scraps of lettuce here and there. But that stench of, delicious fried beef steak is in the air.
Sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Yeah, you keep wandering, and you'll see that like some of these hallways just naturally like incline. Like it's a hallway, but it's like a hallway with like lots of little steps that go up or lots of little steps that go down. Sometimes they just go up, and then they just go back down again without ever going anywhere. Must be going like over some sort of other passageway. And there's lots of these rising and falling stairs, and lots of like there's some oddities where you come to an area and there's like a glass window, and you look through the window, but it just like looks into a room that has been built outside of the window instead of looking to the outside. There's a madness in the design here. I will need Nilrum to make an intelligence check to not get lost, however.
I'm the smartest wizard in all of the land.
Then this should be
You think I would
easy.
get lost in this stupid castle?
It's possible, but not today. 29 on the in check. You can always find your way back. You're gonna be all right.
See that, Nick? 18 int.
It's insane, yeah.
Yeah. Imric's
Good
the
job.
dumbest wizard.
but he
wouldn't
can
even be able
cast
to have
level
a
7 spells.
conversation. He wouldn't be able to have a conversation with no one. He wouldn't be able to keep up.
Come on now. Don't start fights you can't win.
Right. Well, we're looking, right? We're looking for a down staircase. One that leads into some sort of basement, right? Yeah. Well, eventually. Let's see, hold on. You woke up, you spent 2 hours in town, then it's maybe a half-hour hike up the mountain. So you're at worst, at slowest, if we think that you've had a lot of time in your early morning, you get to the mountain around noon, or the keep around noon. I think you have spent 2 hours, so it's still the middle of the day here. There's still like bright sunshine coming in through the windows that actually do lead to the outside. When you finally find what appears to be a downward staircase.
We go.
Yeah.
Unless someone has apprehensions.
We've just been making bad decision after bad decision I'm just fucking in, dude.
This is a real down staircase. This is like a steep staircase that heads well underneath the stone and earth. Who's in front? Who's in back? Okay.
Archibald.
Yep.
Okay.
Who's pulling up
I'm
the rear?
a genius.
Do we want
Sail
no
can
room to be
choose.
sandwiched?
Sail can choose. Whatever happens. I can be in the rear, totally.
I'll go in the back to keep Nilram safe.
Okay.
I'm
all
a
right.
genius, Koibu.
Yeah, you are.
As we're walking down, Nilram is calculating how many feet underground we are in case I need to dimension door out. Not one of his great skills, but that I'll attempt it.
Yeah, you can stop and put your hand on a staircase to measure the height of the staircase and count the stairs down and get an idea for how far you descend and, the angle. If it's, 1 hand high and a hand and a half wide, then you're descending at, a 30-degree slope. So that means, you can do the math in your head to figure out where you would need to be. And you get down and down and down. And you come to a heavy-set wooden door. Like many other doors here, that's well-built, banded with metals. But unlike many of the other doors here, this one seems to be locked. It has a bar that slides across the outside of the door as if to bar anyone from leaving it. What'd you say?
I unlock it.
Yeah.
Oh, to keep people in, I was saying.
Yeah, it's to keep people in. Mm-hmm.
That's a weird side of the door. Is this a prison?
I think so. Here, help me with it, Sail.
Sure. I think we should proceed very cautiously, though. So I'll because who knows what they're keeping behind this thing.
Archie, get ready. When we open it, if anyone runs out at you, punch him.
I'm readying a punch.
And Sail unlock the door.
Yep.
And open it.
Yes, it pulls in your direction. You open it. Archie's at the front, as always. Inside, beyond the door, there is a lantern that hangs from the ceiling, casting light throughout the room, and there is a figure who rises from a nearby table and moves in your direction, Archie. It is
I fucking punch it.
excellent. The fists come out. There's a brief scream. Make me a roll to hit. 17. Your fists collide with the old woman's face. Roll me brass knuckle damage. Ooh, yeah. You bash her face in. You can hear the sound of the nose cracking and the sound of teeth being flung across the stone floor as the old woman crumples into a little pile at your feet.
Sick.
Why are we killing people? What the hell?
No one told me to punch anyone who's coming at me.
I scared him.
Yeah. True. I'll
No,
respect the
she
woman.
didn't scare me.
Come on. Keep your voice down.
You gave me an
Keep going. We
order,
gotta
and I
find
followed it.
Yeah, and you did well. Now let's go. Come on. I bring the wood with me because I'm a genius. I'm not getting locked in here.
You bring the wood. Oh, the bar that slides across.
Bar.
Yeah, you'll have to break it. It's one of these like little, like a hotel room has like the slidey thing, or you like put the chain in and move it across. It's one of these. Archie could probably rip it off the door without any problem.
Archie, break that shit.
Can
I fucking break that shit.
Yeah, give
Can
me
I
a strength check, Archie. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Sale?
I'll wait till Archie's turn. Holy shit.
Breaks the door.
Why do I not see that roll?
38.
Okay, 38. There we
Natural
go.
20.
Yeah,
Is it
you
the-
easily rend the lock inoperable. You rip it off.
Is the lady dead? Can I attempt a healing check to see if she's dead? Or
She's
maybe bring her
not
back?
dead. She is badly wounded. If you give her first aid, she'll survive.
I will do that, and then I'll
Okay.
inspect her and see, like, does she have any, like, insignias on her, or any, like, information, or any clues? as to
She
who
has a
is?
lot of scars on her wrists and her neck. She wears, an older style of handmaiden's clothing. It kind of looks like she had some handmaiden's clothes 60 years ago and then never updated them, even though the fashion of the times changed dramatically in those 60 years. And she's still kind of got these like youthful young woman's well out of fashion handmaiden clothes despite being like 80 years old.
Huh. Is she a prisoner here, I wonder? I'll say that aloud to the party. Like, are they feeding on her? I'll, like, inspect and see. Do they look like... Are there, like, any puncture wounds that stand out that are, like, two apart?
There are
Like a
so
bite.
many different scars on her arms and neck, and if you are really searching her thighs, that it's hard to tell. Like, a lot of them look like lacerations in the same places over and over again. There are probably some puncture marks in there, maybe, but like there's so many scars they overlap each other. But she's not chained, and the table where she was sitting at has a bucket of water, and there's some what do you call it, like breaded chicken resting on a half-eaten plate or a half-eaten plate.
Tendies?
Sale,
Yeah,
did you
she's
fix
got some
her up?
tendies.
This food's way better than what was in town.
Sale, did you fix her up?
Yeah. Do I need to do a check?
No, first aid is an automatic.
on.
You just patch
Let's
her,
hurry
she's
up.
fine.
We gotta find John.
But you'll need to like use a poultice or a potion or something if you want her to recover enough that she can talk with you.
Right.
I have like 7 potions on me. I have 6. Sorry. I had 5 from before, and then I took 1 from John.
Nice.
Do we want to try to wake her up and maybe tie her up and question her?
I've heard about the potion enema.
Excuse me? What?
No. That's only theoretical. I'll pull out one of the healing salves and I'll. Do we want to use this on her, or do we want to keep going? We probably should be quick. They don't know we're here yet.
Well, I'll look around the room. Are there more ways out of this room?
Totally. There's some other doors. There's 2 other ways out of this room.
Here, Sale. I hand you 1 healing salve. Use this one on her, wake her up, and I'll go check the other doors real quick.
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave the room, Koibu, and like go
Right.
through the doors, but I'm gonna be in their sight, opening doors and checking.
Well, the first one's just a closet. It has a broom, it has some buckets, it has a dustpan, some, supplies that you might need to operate this area. The other one, it opens into a hallway, where there are a couple of doors on either side, but then the hallway just kind of goes into the darkness, and the light provided by the lantern in this room is not enough to see what goes down the hall. But there are rooms in the hallway. It looks like maybe this is a dungeon or a converted dungeon. In a dungeon, you probably wouldn't want to lock the guard's room from the outside. That seems weird. You might lock this inner room from the outside, but
I'm assuming that this person is like someone who has graduated and like works for the house, but isn't trusted enough to go and walk around. That's my assumption. She probably takes care of everyone else. That's why she's eating actual decent food. I have no idea though. So, Sail. All of the doors are over here. Maybe leave her for a bit.
Yeah, we can
I'll
always
take-
question her later if we get stuck.
It'll take some time for her to heal, for you to apply enough ointment on her.
We'll leave her for now.
Okay. So we've used 0 charges on her, or have you started applying ointment to her?
I didn't actually
Let's
start.
start
I was kind of like
applying.
I was
Okay.
thinking about it as I saw it. No, I was waiting for Nilram to say something. 'Cause he was
Gotcha.
like checking the doors.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Archie, what are you doing during all of this? What are you looking at? Where are you going?
Whew. I'm probably sticking with Sail, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Close to Sail.
Yeah.
Sail?
Are we splitting up here? Did Nilram already shoot off?
No, I
No.
went, opened the door, told you, hey, there's a thing over here. You stopped from opening the tin to apply the potion, and now I think we're all gonna go together in our
Yep.
marching order down that.
That's right. That's
I
exactly
bring
what
the
I'm in.
lantern.
Okay. Yeah.
So Nilram has a lantern in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna give the lantern to Sail. Nilram has a wand in one hand and another hand free for magical components if I need to cast spells. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
You proceed down the hallway. There are these heavy doors banded with metal, but they have like little windows with bars that run across the windows, like cell windows that you could look into the prisoners there. However, each of the doors, each of the little cells on either side of the hallway is empty. At the very back of this, 40-foot hallway is one single heavy door made out of metal of some kind, like actual full-fledged metal door. There's no way anyone could ever bash this door down without like a proper battering ram or lots of magic if it were to be properly sealed and locked.
Is it properly sealed and locked?
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying the door handle.
Yes. You know me, Koibu.
I know you. Whoops. Oh.
People forget to lock doors all the time, right, Nick?
That's true. Yeah, easy done.
I need you to make me a saving throw versus spell, please.
Well,
Yeah. I hit it.
Excellent. You grab the door and you feel a sudden surge of electrical energy that courses through you. You have passed your save, so you will not be paralyzed, but you will take half. Oh my god, these dice rolls are so bad. Oh my god. 3. You'll take half of 14 damage.
7.
Um,
I will.
and you will, you resist the paralyzation. You are not held.
Do I feel like the magic is gone now? I'm sure I read about in many books. I don't know if you want like a spellcraft check or an arcanology check.
Right. So most trap magic
use.
has like a single use thing. If it were to go off again, that would imply some extremely powerful type of spellcaster who can cast like either permanency or like a super advanced trap where the door is always trapped. But like that shit doesn't, there's no reason why it should be trapped again.
Nilram gets shocked for a second, steps back. Hold on. The magic should be gone, but I need to heal up. I pull a healing potion from my bag. I uncork the potion, and I drink the potion.
2d4 plus 2.
That was your
Can I also-
potion, by the way.
can also get a rare healing check to restore 1d3 health to him.
Ooh, nice. Do it. 7 HP for Nilram, and the healing check. 1d3.
That brings him to get 3.
Ooh,
Rip.
one more. Okay.
I'm back up to 19 then. That's fine.
Great.
I was at 18.
Yeah.
1 HP up on that. I will try the door again.
Make me another saving throw for a spell because it is still trapped. An
That is
unbelievable
crazy.
amount of magic must be here,
Absolutely
or multiple
baited.
layers of traps.
Oh no.
Christ.
Um,
Is this
you-
how we fucking die?
Are held, Nilrum. The electricity runs through you, shocking your body, and you will take, oh my god, still shitty rolls. It is 11, 13, 14 damage again. I can't believe how bad that is.
I'm at 5 then.
Yeah, we're like 2 standard deviations below what it should be.
No, and I guess is
And
Can't move
is
for a minute.
held, yeah.
Is he paralyzed holding the door, so he's going to continue to take damage?
He is paralyzed holding the door, but he is not continuing to take damage.
Okay. I turn to Archie. I say, should we try to pull him off the door?
Archie thinks, what would John do?
I would just like to say I am wearing the ring from the Kaiser Treasury. That I don't know what it does, but it might be magical. Just giving you a heads up.
Okay.
Don't know if it changes anything, but yeah,
Okay.
Noted.
It's just a ring, dude.
good. Just a ring, man.
Have you never cast detect magic on it?
I don't fucking remember. Been so
Okay,
long.
cool.
I remember there were like weird symbols and sigils on it.
Yeah, cool.
I'll look at Archie and say, I've got a huge idea. I'll reach out and I'll, using Nilrum's hand, I'll try to turn the door handle.
No, he's paralyzed. You can't turn his wrist. Sorry. I know it's not like, normal human paralysis where you're limp and other people can move you. It is physically held. Or magically
Oh,
held in person.
So what kind of handle are we dealing with here? Is this like a pull thing? Do you have to twist and turn?
It is a
Is there more than
twisty
one?
boy.
Is there more than one handle, or is it just...
Nope, it's just the one rounded handle offset on the left side of the door. You don't see any hinges, so it must push into the room.
So you got to twist and push.
Twist and
Can I
push,
look
right?
around? Are there any like notches on the wall? Things like what do you call those things? With torches in them,
Sconces.
like a sconce or something.
Yes, there is a sconce that would hold a torch, but there is no torch within the sconce.
I attempt to pull on the sconce to see if it does anything.
It does not do anything, no.
I'm sorry, what's a sconce?
It's that like bracket that would hold a torch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a very fantasy term.
I'll start stroking my face and be like, I don't know how long he's going to be paralyzed for. There's got to be a way to disable the trap on the door from the outside, right, Archie?
Oh, you mean because the people who set up the trap need to get in sometimes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't
So-
they just do it with magic?
Well,
No one
maybe.
stands there holding the door.
There's no torch in this. Maybe putting a torch in the sconce is like the key. Whether I'll kind of walk back up the hallway and see if there's any like sconce torches.
Can I
that
move
are
No.
my
right
eyes?
there.
All
Can
the
I think?
sconces are empty. Nilrum, you can think, your eyes are open, but you cannot move or speak or vocalize.
But I can think.
You can think.
I would like to do a spellcraft check.
Okay, make me a spellcraft check.
28.
Yeah. Dude. Whoever trapped this door is like a real wizard. Like, this is the sort of magic that someone must have used like a permanency spell or some spell that you've never even heard of. It's
I have
gotta
no idea what the
be
spell is,
like
too.
6th or 7th level casters at least, maybe 8th level casters? Who knows? Like 8th spell level, not 8th character level.
Do I have any idea how long I'll be stuck?
Usually hold spells are like 1 round per level of the caster, but when we're dealing with magic of this magnitude, it could be day
stuck
per
for 30
level.
minutes, yeah.
It could be day per level. It could be week per level. It could be anything.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that lady
Just
still on the
stuck
floor
there
back
for the
there?
next 6 sessions?
Yeah, a lady's still unconscious back there.
Crap, I don't know if I have any rope on me. I'll go see Archie. You got any rope? We gotta like tie this lady up and then wake her up.
I think
You,
I think we've previously established that I pretty much just always carry a rope with me, right?
you know how Nilrum's cloak works too. If you put your hand in it and you think about it, you can grab something out. Nilrum has rope.
Okay.
Oh, is his rope paralyzed, or can I like reach into it and grab things?
Yeah, you can grab stuff out of his bag. Yeah, it's fine.
I'll reach into his robe of getting things, whatever it's called, and
Deep
see if I
pockets.
can get rope out of it. Deep pockets, that's it.
50 feet of rope come out.
Wait a minute. But didn't we talk about how all of your stuff would have come out of your robes because you haven't been able to cast deep pockets?
That's true.
Ooh.
Wait, I'm trying to remember if I recast it because I always have 2. There's 1 on my character sheet right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
'Cause
what
you-
that means.
Right, you always carry 2, so
I always carry 2. At night, it would have went off. Then we had the big kerfuffle.
right, and then
It
you would have
lasts 12 hours plus 1 hour per level. I'm level 7.
right, so you would have had it cast, and then you went into the woods that night, and it would have worn off, and you would have recast it that night, and then you spent the
I
day getting
recast it after we do the fighting. Then we spend a day getting there, right?
Right, and
It
then
would be-
you
it would be off then.
Yeah. So all of your stuff has got to be in someone's bag. How much does it? A lot of weight right now?
It's like 30 pounds.
Okay, I imagine Archie can be carrying all of your stuff then,
Grant.
or someone would have volunteered to carry Nilrum's things. I take it.
Yeah.
I'll grab a bit of rope off Archie and I'll tie up the lady, and then I'll start using salve on her to wake her up.
Yeah, you're gonna need. I think she was down by 5. That 5 would get her to 0, so you'd need to spend 6 charges to get her to 1, so she can talk to you immediately.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay. She will wake up eventually. After 10 minutes of you rubbing ointment into the old woman's wounds, into the gums where there aren't any more teeth, and across the broken nose.
Someone make sure they take 5 charges off a thingy. Or
I
6
gave
charges.
you a whole healing salve. I took it off my character sheet, so you can put
Okay.
4 charges on a salve
Right, let me
and add it.
grab that. So that puts me actually back up to 8 healing salve charges. Grand. Okay, I've got that tracked. Then, yes. Okay, I wake her up.
All right. She awakens. And with that, we're going to go to our next break. See you guys on the other side. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death.
What's up?
What's up? So, where we last left off, Nilrum is held down the hallway. Sale and Archie have returned to the old woman who was bludgeoned to near death, patched her up, and her eyes flutter open in the lantern light.
Hey, you're awake.
Ow! Ow!
Are you okay? What happened?
She rubs her jaw, which is no longer broken, but feels that her teeth are missing, and starts to look around. My teeth! Where'd my teeth go?
I'll scoop up her teeth and then show them to her. It's I think they're on the ground beside you. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Something must have hit you in the face.
Ow! Did you do it?
No. We just got here. I say, looking at Sale.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Who are you?
Oh. I should ask the same of you. What are you doing in the castle?
We're looking for a friend. We think he's here. What are you doing in the castle?
I work here. Silly.
Oh. What's the pay like?
I don't understand.
Do you get paid money?
She shakes her head. No, I work. I'm a serpent in the castle.
Oh,
Serpent?
A serpent.
Serpent!
Is she saying serpent?
Are you a shapeshifter?
Serpent.
She's a serpent. I've never met a serpent in real life.
Wait, hold on. do you hiss and bite people, or do you like bring things to people?
That one, yes.
Oh, she's a servant. It's the teeth. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, the teeth.
Okay. What do you do here? Who do you serve? What happens down here? Why was the door locked from the outside? What's going on?
There's a lot of questions.
You could give me like a big general answer, I think. Like, what the hell is going on?
Hold on 1 second here. I serve Baron Grimwald. In the
Oh,
keep.
I know that guy. Yeah, he's real cool. I like him.
He's a nice man. Just rubbing her
Yeah.
face and getting to her feet. Takes her a little
Well-
moment.
She's bound, so she can't get up.
I think I'm tied up. Could you help me out with this?
Well, I don't know who tied you up. Are you dangerous?
Do you do magic?
She opens her teeth and shows you her gums.
I guess she's not dangerous. I'll start untying her.
All
A
right.
free rope, eh, Archie?
Yeah.
She slowly gets to her feet. What are you doing in the castle? This place is off limits. You need to go.
Oh, we don't pay attention to those kind of rules. We go wherever we want, really. No offense, man. This is what we do. My friend touched a door and he's stuck to it. Can you get him off?
Lord Berwick will come. He won't be happy to find you here.
I think he will be really happy. We've met him before.
Okay.
It'll be fine. It'll work out. We know him.
I suppose, if you insist.
Yeah. How do we get him off the door? Is there a way to turn off the door?
What door?
Have you never opened a door down here?
Don't be silly. I go through doors all the time. What do you mean your friend is stuck on a door?
I'll take her to. I'll be like, here, this way, and I'll take her towards where Nelrum is.
Yeah, as you go to bring her down the hallway, she kind of halts and stops and goes, No, we shouldn't go down there. I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, but that's where my friend is. I'm like,
No,
please, you gotta help
don't
me.
go. No. She like digs in her feet. No. It's bad to go down there.
Wait, why is it bad?
It just is. Can't you feel it? It's a bad place. You shouldn't go there.
Baron Grimwald said it's fine. Let's go.
She shudders, and you lead her down the hall, all the way to Nilrim, who can now see again because the light comes back into the hallway, and he's still gripping the door.
How do we get him off? Where's the torch? Is there not meant to be a torch in the wall?
She shakes her head. No.
When people visit here, do they bring a torch with them?
I don't think anyone has ever visited this place.
Do people, like even your employers, they don't come down here?
No.
What's down here?
There's the basement, of course. Don't you know?
Yeah, but the door is locked on the outside of the basement. So you were locked in here. Is that normal? Who brings you food?
Dan.
Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Does he work here too?
Mm-hmm.
Is he nice?
Mm-hmm. He's my husband.
Oh! Interesting. Wait, does he work on the upper floors?
Mm-hmm. He works in the kitchens.
Is he also an old man? I'll describe the guy we saw at the front of the castle.
She nods. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's my husband.
Oh yeah, we met Dan. He's quite nice. He told us not to come in here too, but we did anyway.
Oh,
No.
well, you shouldn't do that. You should go.
What? But my friend is stuck to the door. I can't leave my friend. I can't cut his hand off.
She looks over at
Can we
him.
cut his hand off? We did it with John.
Wow. I don't know anything about this. Oh, I've never. Oh, this is bad. Oh, Baron Berwick is going to be very mad with me. Oh, Lord Berwick is going to be very mad with me. Oh, no.
I'll put my hand on her shoulder, be like, "Hey, listen, we've been on adventures hundreds of times. Okay, this is this is
no
probably
one's
the
supposed
least
to be
dangerous door
down
we've
here.
ever touched."
No one's supposed to be down here.
You won't get in trouble. We'll get in trouble. You'll be fine.
This is bad. This is bad.
Why? It's fine. So no one ever comes down here ever? You've never seen anyone?
Oh.
I'll turn to Archie and be like, I have absolutely no idea what the hell's going on or what we should do.
Are we in the wrong keep? Maybe is there another keep around here?
No. This is the only keep on the island.
What are archaeology checks for?
That's to know things about great wizards of the past. Like, oh, I know about, Tensor's floating disc and the process by which it was created. And I've heard the legends of Divan the Divine and his, custom spells that he made in order to fight with staff and magic at the same time.
Thank you.
I'm kind of standing here dumbfounded with no idea what to do next.
Well, Archie, this is your time to shine. The captain is missing. Nilrum is frozen, and Sale is out of ideas. It's time to push those two brain cells together and come up with something.
Wow. Okay, what if... Wait. I asked the old lady, have you ever heard of, in the past, undead people being here and what would happen if they were?
Undead?
Yeah.
Oh, son, that's an old ghost story. There are no undead here. No. Those are just the stories that we tell the children to keep them in line at night.
I say to her, you best start believing in ghost stories.
God damn.
Wasn't there a rule? There was a rule, right?
That's XP.
That is. Go ahead and take your 2%.
100% worth it. Sorry, I derailed there.
Okay, can I do I feel like she really believes this?
Yeah, she seems super on it. You can make a charisma check if you think she might be lying to you. You can make a charisma check to really judge her face and see if there's something going on here. Both an 18 on your charisma check. She's got no teeth. All of the normal signs there, whether she's lying or not, are gone because her lips are wrapped around her gums so tightly. She seems honest. She's been nice and friendly, right? Meanwhile, Nilrum is still held as the minutes tick by.
I start exploring other doors. I'm like, hey, can you show me into this room? And I'll get her to try to open the doors.
Right. The other ones are mostly unlocked, and in them are what appear to just be like jail cells. There's a bench that's raised off the ground, and otherwise it's just stone. There's like a little trough.
Anything scraped into the wall, like someone who's imprisoned here for years was like, my name is Count Monte Cristo, I was imprisoned against my will, that sort of thing.
You search these rooms then.
Yeah, I'll have a look around.
You will find 2 cells that have scratch marks on them. Like someone is counting and tallying, 1, 2, 3, 4, / through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, / through 10. you'll find 2 separate cells that have those sorts of markings that get fainter as they get longer. One has a total of 25 tally marks. The other room has a total of 16 tally marks. But no letters stuffed into pockets or corners.
I'll turn to Archie and say, I'm starting to get a feel for what goes on here. I think this is maybe where they keep long-term livestock. And I'll look at the woman.
Archie will go, wait! Oh my god! That's why they call it a keep! Right?
I'll turn to him and I'll go, I actually don't, maybe? I don't know enough to dispute that. I think you're right.
That's right. Well, then
Well-
then John has to be here.
Yeah, because this is where they would keep him.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I'm glad we're on the same.
This is this actually might be a big step forward for us, this line of inquiry. Do you keep people?
Is there anyone else around here that you hang out with sometimes, that comes by here sometimes, or?
There are the other servants in the castle. She nods.
Okay, who are you serving?
I serve Baron Grimwald.
Where is he?
Oh, I can get him for you if you'd like.
I look at Sale.
What happened to your wrists? What?
What do you mean?
You got all these scars.
She
How old are you?
turns over her wrist. Oh, no, they're just wrinkles. I'm very old. They're definitely not wrinkles.
I like turn to Archie, be like, I think they've like brainwashed her or something, because she doesn't seem to get anything. I think there's been stuff going on down here, and they just make her forget or something. I'm like thinking, hold on, let me read the protection from evil spell. I don't think it doesn't prevent charming, does it? If it's
It
already on
won't
them.
stop an existing charm. It'll just prevent new charms from taking effect.
Damn, so it won't like pause it. It's like when we
Right.
get her true thoughts. I think it's safe to say we can't trust anyone in this keep.
No, I'm still frozen.
No, I'm still
Maybe it's
frozen,
best if
buddy.
we keep to ourselves.
I think we're beyond keeping to ourselves, considering we're in the keep.
Yeah.
Um,
Where the maybe listen. Maybe John's just not here. Maybe that's
Okay.
the answer.
but then where are they keeping him?
Why would they not keep him in the keep? Where else would you possibly keep someone?
I don't know. But I remember actually. He's got to be here, right? I'll look around. Do these stones look familiar to the ones I've seen before?
Mm-hmm.
Like these stones are exactly like the ones I remember. He's got to be here, Archie. We got to find him. We got to get Norm off that door.
How are you gonna get Norm off the door?
So magical paralysis, like, I can't like manipulate his body at all.
You could break him, I suppose.
We're gonna. That's maybe last resort territory.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I will put my amulet on him in the hope that it has resist paralysis on it or something.
You take
no
off your
idea what it
holy
does.
symbol and you don it on Nilrum's body. Nilrum's body does not react.
Okay, I take it back.
Okay.
Did I feel any different?
No.
See, I've never encountered magical paralysis. I guess like he's not going anywhere. Actually, we could look around some of the other hallways. Have we inspected the other hallways that were in here?
Yeah, there was the one storage closet that had like chains and buckets and brooms and shit. Then there was the one hallway off of which there were all these doors. Most of them are unlocked. A few of them seem to be locked with a key who this woman doesn't have. And then there's the big like black metal door at the end of the hallway that Nilram is locked on. And then the only other thing is the staircase up and out.
Wait, does Nilram have a tight grip on the handle?
Yeah, he grabbed it and his hand is held.
Is the hallway wide enough for us to rotate Nilram around the handle?
Well,
and then push it open.
When you open a door, where is your hand in relation to your center of mass?
Like
someone go grab a doorknob and figure out where the hand is on your body at that point. Are you like reaching far out? Are you like right next to yourself?
He's probably reaching pretty far out.
Do you think he's like, has his hand extended a pretty good distance?
At least like the length of your forearm, right? And then maybe like a little bit of like a 20-degree slack on your upper arm. You wouldn't like long arm it, but you wouldn't like 90-degree angle it. It would be like a little,
Well, with a 5-foot wide hallway, if Nilram was in the what's your height, Nilram?
Let me make sure.
If you're taller than 5 feet, you can't be turned horizontal in a hallway. Yeah, without like clanging around on stuff. So
well, how far do we need to turn him?
Do you need to turn doors like 90 degrees?
They're like 80 degrees, 90 degrees. So we only have to turn them enough to get the whatever the bolt is to disengage from the slot.
But wouldn't you turn it to the right since it's on the left side of the door? It's on the left side of the door. Pushes in. So you would need to bring his feet up against the wall pretty quickly. Right? Wouldn't that be the way that you turn him? You turn his head to the right and his legs would come up and... Is there a way that you can bend him into appropriate place?
If I turn him the other way, do his fingers slip on the handle at all? So can I get like counter rotation and then re-rotate him?
So, I imagine you and Archie are both in there and you each have part of Nilram and you're like trying to turn Nilram and turn the handle at the same time. Let me just go check my doorknob for a moment. Well, I'm not an expert on ancient doors yet. One day I will be. But my doorknob will turn left or right and still open the door. So I think you can turn Nilram 80 degrees on the doorknob if you want.
We're being we're being gentle. We're not trying to break anything.
Yeah, clearly. You're not trying to break poor Nilram's wrist. Although I know you'd do that if that's what it called for.
If necessary.
Yeah, you give Nilram a nice little body rotation. But it appears that the door will open in front of him as his body creaks and turns, leading into a wide room, maybe 60 feet across. You gotta like turn the lantern back and forth as you like turn Nilram and the door unlocks, then you unturn Nilram and push the door and him inside the room. Maybe 60 feet across, maybe 60 feet deep. And there on the front side to your left is a stone slab with none other than Captain John Winters chained to the stone slab. John, you can speak now if you'd like. You have been in this room for a while. It's dark. You can't really see anything. You couldn't hear them on the other side of the door. Your first sign of anything was when the door opened and light poured in from
Could
the
you give me
lantern.
some background on what happened when I went down the corridor with them?
Yeah. They walked you to the corridor, and they told you to hop on a slab, and then they changed you to the slab. And they told you that their master would be here eventually to run some experiments on you, but in the meantime, they're just going to see how long you can go without food or water until the master arrives in days or weeks. And then you haven't seen anyone in hours.
It's only been hours.
Well,
Not even a whole day before my gallant crew come to rescue me.
mm-hmm.
I lean up from the table, still chained to it. Oh, hi, guys. The fuck are you all doing here?
Well, you
What
disappeared
are
in the
you-
night.
What happened, John? Archie goes.
Archie.
helps him up.
Thanks. Sorry, it's the chains. I get up as far as I can. I told you this was my thing.
It's. I just.
Well, yeah, but so we talked about it, right? And here it was two things. It was, like, if it is your thing and you come back fine, we were like, no problem. But
yeah.
if you were in trouble and we did nothing, that's a crisis. So we said we got to go find him, make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Bring him back out in case he's in
It's-
trouble. That's why we're here.
I was worried about you, John. I thought you just disappeared in the night. Didn't even leave a note. Why didn't you leave a note?
Listen, when I left, you guys were with me. It's kind of hard for you to imagine, I'm sure, but Lord Burswick or whatever, he came to our tavern that night. The three of you were like zombies. I tried to get him to leave you behind, but we all came here. Not here, but up there. I
Think
say
about-
motioning with my head.
As you motion with your head, because you're chained to the slab and you can't really move anywhere,
Yeah.
you'll see Nilrum frozen on the door, cast by the reflection of the light throughout the room, and a toothless old woman sort of poking her head in from beyond, from the hallway beyond.
What's up with Norum?
Something's up with that door. Same thing like what happened with your hand when when it came off. He touched the door and was a bad door, and now
His
he's
hand
stuck
came
there.
off?
Well, no, he's got his hand. He kind of got burnt, and he's stuck to it.
All right, well, this is quite embarrassing. I feel like you've walked in on me doing some weird sex thing. It's not what this is.
It's what it looks like. I'm gonna be real.
I know.
How
I
would
know it does.
I don't understand how that would even. Anyway, it was so you want to hang out? You want us to go and you just hang out here, do your thing, and we meet up.
Well, I
there,
think you
or-
guys need to watch out. There's like 8 vampires in this place.
There's what in this place?
Like 8 vampires.
But
Lord Burswick, that woman from the carriage with Norum, they're all vampires.
you want me to punch them?
It's not smart. I don't think they can be killed so easily.
But we're cool with vampires, right? They don't mind us.
There's no vampires here, calls the old woman.
I've had enough of your shit, Bertha. There is yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're cool. They
What are
Like,
they?
they-
What are
they
they
seem
actually
quite
doing to you?
they seem quite insecure. There's a big show trying to intimidate. Sail. I can't motion with my hands. They might have answers for me about what is going on. They've called for their master. I suggest that it's probably not wise for you three to be here when he gets here.
Wait, what if we
Maybe,
hide?
they
What
can
if they try to
sense
kill you?
your. Well, maybe it'll come to that. Maybe it won't.
Do you really?
Can you-
We went through a lot to get. You want us to leave you there?
Can you get me out of these chains?
Can you pick them?
Not like this.
I'll inspect the chains. I'll inspect the room. Is there like a key around, or the chains? Does it have
Yeah,
like, a
there's some
padlock
keys
on it?
right over by the front door.
I could. Do you want to get out?
Well, now that you're here. This isn't exactly what I had in mind when I came here, but I knew it was going to be some weird shit like this.
Well, Is this the only way? What are they doing to you? Why would they chain you up?
They want to see if I can go without food or water.
Couldn't
So
they
they're-
just like watch you so you don't eat while you hang out in the keep? What's with the tying up of chains and stuff?
All right, get me out of here.
I go and try and unlock John using the keys.
Yeah, they totally work. They completely unlock him from the chains, and he can get back up to his feet.
Yeah, and kind of like I'm a little bit awkward about it. So sorry about this, John. We were worried.
It's very touching, Sale. Thank you.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't
go.
think the vampire story adds up though. Like if they wanted, they would just watch you to not eat, right?
I don't know.
I feel
How
like
do they know?
chaining you to a table that has like sacrificial connotations.
They are very compassionate hosts. I think they
Say
see
that
us as
again.
livestock. But not me, I'm different. Their charms didn't work.
We found a bunch of people like tied up in a barn, or maybe they were like charmed into beds or something. They looked like they'd been bitten a bit. I don't remember though.
The three of you were
Neil saw
charmed.
it.
You were taking orders from them. Walking where they told you, sitting down when they told you.
I don't remember that. Do you have a
I know.
dream?
Were you dreaming?
Lord
I was
Berwick
not
is going to
dreaming.
be very mad when he gets up. You're all in a lot of trouble. You
What
shouldn't
time
be
does Lord
undoing
Berwick
those
get up?
chains. Whenever he does.
John, should I,
I don't know, Dodgy. Isn't that
Um,
dragons bless your fist? Do you think you can punch a vampire to death?
Like we're not in deep shit yet. We could like, if this is good, we could tie you back up, or we could just try to leave, or we could just leave together. But I don't think we're getting down from this mountain without being harassed. That's the thing we didn't think about actually. Even if we got you, I don't think we're getting out of here without a problem.
I agree with that. They,
I'll turn to Archie and I'll say, we didn't think this through, did we?
He
I-
like
I-
points at
I-
himself. Was like, what do you expect? Like,
I turn to Archie. I put two hands on either of his shoulders. Okay. Archie, I look him in the eyes. I've taught you a great deal over the years. Sometimes I like to think of you as a brother, or maybe a younger brother, or maybe a son or something like that. I've taught you a lot, but the last thing I need to teach you is how to say goodbye.
what do you mean, John? I can't.
Yeah, I've taught you everything I can, Archie. You're a greater man than I could ever be. Leave me to my fate here, and stay in the village. Perhaps go back down the mountain. Wait for me on the ship if you feel more comfortable. Give me the month that we told the rest of the crew. If I'm not back by then you need to be captain.
You got it.
Norm is furious hearing this, but can't move.
John, you got any ideas of getting old Nilram off that door over there?
Well, cut off his hands.
He kind of needs them to do the wizarding thing.
Yeah, he does. Listen, I don't know. Maybe I'll stay untied. What do they think? They can keep a legendary thief like John Winters tied up in their basement and not expect me to escape?
That would give you like street cred.
That's it. I'll wait for them upstairs, but we got to get you guys out of here.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
So just to get this straight, the plan is they're going to go wait for your month in the village, and you're just going to chill here for a month. And if you're not back in a month, Archie's the captain of the ship.
That's
And
what
you're
I
just going
said,
to go
isn't it?
you're just going to go along with whatever they want to do to you.
Neil, they're going to turn me into a cool, super powerful vampire or something, aren't they?
I just want to be clear that you are going with whatever plan these clearly lawful good creatures have in store for you, regardless of, you don't know. You're just throwing your hat in the ring, right? And you're just gonna see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know what you're doing. Are you trying to warn me? Or are you trying to talk me out of it? I'm not sure. I will assist the party getting Nilram off the door for now.
How are you going to get Nilram off the door?
I don't know. I may go over and look at him.
Well, he's held in place. Hand on a door.
So how like securely is his hand on the door? Is it like a perfect seal around it, or is he like loosely holding it?
He's holding
Could
it
he
like
be,
you
like-
would normally grab a door, right?
What is Mutin, describe Nilram's door grabbing technique.
It's just fucking normal holding a door, dude.
He's just holding a door.
Haven't you seen Game of Thrones? The whole character built around this.
Wait. What if we just lift the door out of the hinges and we just transport him with the door?
It's a very large, heavy metal door. I don't know if you can even get it off its hinges.
I got a lot of strength. We're a lot of people.
I don't think you have the proper tools to do this. You're gonna need like pittons and hammers and construction supplies. And some magically enchanted door. Hell, you could get held in the same way. Who knows what? No one else has touched the door except for Nilram.
Bertha, what kind of tools do you guys have down here?
Well, I do have the free action spell. I don't have it memorized.
Water, buckets, brooms, candles, oil.
Could we take the handle off the door? Is it like screwed in?
Oh, true.
It doesn't seem like there's an easy way to get it off the door. Disassembling the door in any way, shape, or form would be a difficult, lengthy process. You'd probably need like an expert craftsman to do it.
What if we just drape something over him to hide him?
Genius.
Maybe they won't notice.
God.
Can we not get some like lantern oil? Maybe try and ease his hands off the door?
Ooh, grease him up.
You got some keys over there, right?
Can
Yeah.
Nilram blink?
No.
No.
He cannot move his eyes. He cannot communicate in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, let's see if we can use like lantern oil to grease him off.
So you're gonna like pour some lantern oil over his hands and then just yoink him?
Yeah.
I'll take out a sharp knife and I'll turn to the captain. Well, it's also time for you to get revenge. And I'll like hand him the knife and pull up Nilram's legs. Like the rope over his legs.
His last act as party captain is to shave Nilram's legs. The lantern oil and a little bit of pressure will indeed yoink his hand off the door, at which point he will be free to move and act and speak as he pleases.
Thank you, everyone.
Nilram, thank you for
Arch, did I
saving
hear
me.
everything that was happening?
You heard everything that was happening.
Archie Sale, may I speak with the captain for a moment?
Privately?
None.
Well, we're
1
brothers.
minute.
We tell each other
We're-
everything.
I'll tell you what I said, but I think he needs to hear it from me and only me.
I kind of
It's
looking
fine.
at Nilram with like a lot of skepticism right now.
I give
I'm
you
his
like
first mate. Anything that he
I
hears,
give you
should
like
be
an
able to
eye
hear
at
too.
like I go from you to like Archie. Like a quick one, like, and then I give you like a head nod.
Listen, Nilram likes to act the tough guy, hide his emotions. Just doesn't want the crew to hear him. Open up. It's fine. I'll walk away
Okay.
from the other two.
I'll walk
Wait
away.
for Nilram.
Yep.
However, I'm going to try and stay in earshot so I can hear what happens.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Nilram will walk over to John.
the two of
So-
you are standing in the darkened part of the dungeon because Sale's got the lantern and I assume he's not pointing it directly in your direction.
Yeah.
So in the dark, the two of you can whisper together.
This is
What
how
do
you
you
want to go out? Just want to sit here, wait to die, abandon Archie? Selfish?
You think they'll kill me?
You're gonna die.
They could have done that last night. I'm already dead, Nilram.
And I know you might not be afraid of death, but that man out there, and I'll like point in the darkness, not thinking he can't see me. That man out there is gonna be lost without you. He's gonna be eaten up by the world, and
I look
Sail and
over
I are
Nilram's
gonna always
shoulder.
be there to protect him.
Clearly pointing in the way of Archie. You can see that red outglow of his life force pointing towards Archie and Sail.
So if you want to sit in here and you want to die, I just want to let you know that for one last time, you're not going to just be disappointing me. You're going to be disappointing all of us. So make your decision, and then we'll walk out.
It's a powerful argument. I think John turns back around to the stone table with the chains. And he sort of says, I need some time to think. And I'll wander around this room now. What's going on? Is there anything else in here? Or is it literally just a big empty room with a stone table?
No, there's some other things in here. There's this stone slab with lots of chains and hard points on it to attach chains to. There is a whole section of like wooden tables filled with what appears to be some sort of magic spell component-y thingy-majobbers. Like there's a jar full of eyeballs floating in water. There's like a couple of rats that are dead and like staked to a small piece of wood and have like had their fur peeled back with a knife and something like they've been autopsied or vivisected or some kind. You will see that there's an area where there's some like runes written onto a raised stone platform that's been like polished to a very smooth finish.
Is there any drawers and any desks or anything like that? Any bookshelves?
There are shelves. They don't contain any books. There are drawers. And they have more miscellaneous, like, bags of fur. Here's a bunch of sulfur and pitch and twine and string. And go ahead and take them. Or drink them. There's a bunch of stuff in here, but you'd have to be an intelligent, experienced spellcaster with a lot of time to be able to figure out what is happening.
Well, okay. Is there any locked drawers in the tables or anything like that?
No.
I do a loop around the room, thinking to myself, running my hands against the wall, picking
You
up
find like
the
a
things
St.
on the
Andrew's
table.
cross in here. You find all sorts of stuff.
I don't think we're gonna wait around while he does his moment.
Well, yeah, okay. It's a few minutes. Thank you.
Oh, did John ask us to wait? Because I think
Yeah,
John
yeah.
was under there. Okay, then we wait. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I walk around the room a little bit as I get back around to the other side where everyone's waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I say, what time of day is it?
Shrug. Daylight, probably.
We try and leave off the mountain now. They'll catch us on the way down in the night.
Not really worried about them, John.
You're not worried about vampires?
Point to Archie.
I look at Archie. How does he look? Yeah.
While you figure your shit out, Norm
He's
would have
like-
went to like the other wooden doors
Mm-hmm.
and had the lady open them.
Right, all but a few of them open fairly easily. There are a few that are locked, for which she does not have keys. But you can peer through the grates at the top to see that the cells are empty.
Oh, okay, they're all just cells.
Yeah, they're all just
Archie has a
cells.
finger in his nose, John.
Finger in his nose.
He's just like looking around, picking his nose.
I genuinely, I'm at a loss as to what to do. You've pulled on my heartstrings and you're making me second guess it at the last minute here. But I was prepared to commit to it until you turned up. I'm just trying to think what John would do.
Well,
Does he still
why
have
don't we take
love in his heart? Yeah, okay.
why don't we take our break here, and when we come back, we will see what will happen to our party. See you on the other side. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Now, deep down in the dungeons, underneath what must be a vampire's castle for certain, our party decides their fate.
I look upon Archie as he picks his nose, and I think back to what Noram said. And my cold, dead heart has a pang of emotion, a pang of guilt and of love, a brotherly love. And in that moment, I think John realizes that maybe all isn't lost. And will turn back around to the party and give a nod and say, let's get out of here.
You coming with us?
Go, Captain.
Yeah, maybe I made a mistake. Let's go before they wake up.
Okay. Nilram knows the way out. He remembers. He rolled that amazing intelligence check earlier. And so the party can back out. What are you going to do with Brunhilde, the caretaker here in the dungeons?
She's invaluable knowledge. We should bring her.
You're going to bring the toothless old woman?
I asked John. John,
What?
if you want to know
This
something
woman?
about the vampires, how about a lady who's lived with them for 60 years?
You want to look after an old lady? Her face is all fucked up anyway.
Your
I'll
fucking
glance
neck's
at
fucked
Archie.
up. Who are you to talk?
Let's just leave it. I mean, what's she gonna do? She'll still be charmed.
Okay, we leave. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Out of the keep we go, out into the bright day. You know, past all those stained glass windows of depictions of events in the past.
Can we get a
and
carriage?
all the way back out towards town. You want to find a carriage in town?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the party comes trotting down the mountainside, heading back into town. The guard that had come up to you at the mountains has already gone back to his gate, so he's not there. You come walking into town, looking around, and sure enough, you do see a cart filled with, a couple of supplies here and there, some boxes, some barrels, some tarps pulled over things, and it looks like it's going to get headed down the wrong way, away from town to the other side of the island. And if
where
you
we
look
wanna go,
around, you want to head to the west side, east side where you came from. This one's
They're going
heading
west.
west, yeah. If you look around, you can find a couple other like wagons that are being pulled by creatures, but they don't look like they're about to head to the east side of the island.
But the other one had horses.
It's all like ponied up and full of stuff, and the owner is probably just inside doing something, because who would ever steal a cart?
Hop on.
Let's take it. All right. I jump on.
Norum gets on.
Does anyone have an animal handling proficiency? Can anyone drive pack animals?
No.
Let's have a look here.
But I
grew up
am.
around them.
Yes, I
Hanging
have
out.
animal handling.
You do.
I do.
Oh,
because
I think
took
you got it
to
for the
Seymour.
monkey. Yeah.
Indeed.
Good.
Captain
I'll
John,
drive.
great with animals. He gets towards the front of the wagon. The horses
Don't say it.
immediately begin to spook, and they try and get away from John, pulling the wagon away from him. They hate you,
I
John.
go and calm the horses.
No. I leap upon the wagon.
They like start to pull away and head in the wrong direction, and people in town look to see what the ruckus is with the animals. And here's a strange man who's on.
I guide the horses, Neil. You know.
They
they're trying to get
hate
away
you.
from me.
They're afraid of you. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm pulling their reins though. They're still gonna go in the direction that I command them.
Do you know how strong a horse is?
No. Well, yeah, I
I
can
would like
imagine.
to try and.
My dude, you cannot just. There's a reason why there's a long-standing tradition of donkeys being stubborn and like a stuck horse being a problem. These things, these take proficiencies to work. The horses hate you. You stink of something terrifying to them, and they balk and do not want to be anywhere near you. You're not going to be able to guide them.
Okay, first off, I do have the proficiencies, but okay, fine. I will. Like, I don't know. I'll do what I can to. I use my animal proficiency skill to do the best thing, whatever that is. Get off the carriage, calm the horses down.
Okay. You might be able, with your knowledge of how animals work with animal handling, spook them in the direction you want them to go. However, the freaking out horses.
I'm saying that I'll do whatever I need to calm them down. So I'll get off in the way that makes the most sense.
Oh
that I
yeah,
think
sure. You
will
just
keep them calm.
create some space between you and them because they're spooked, and you just got to like walk away. Yeah.
John, just
Yeah.
get in the back and tell me what
Yeah,
to do.
I get in the back. Yeah.
I'm reminded of a scene where people are like gonna hop in a getaway car, but there's no keys and no one knows how to jumpstart the car, and it's a whole bunch of
How
badass.
hard can it be to lead a horse?
No,
I'd like to roll a proficiency
kick
check.
their sides with your heels and hold the reins in the direction we want to go. It's literally that easy.
That's what I'm gonna do.
It's literally that easy. Let's go.
What do you want?
I gotta look up
half
the
my
check.
Charisma?
I gotta look up the check.
I think it's wisdom.
It is wisdom, but I think it's wisdom -1.
Yes, half your wisdom -1 plus a d20.
Okay, is Sale the best wisdomer here?
He's the most wise.
Sale
I
is
am
the most wise.
Somehow. What do you need from me? Wisdom at minus something?
Half your wisdom and then -1 plus a d20.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
He's nailed
Fucking
it.
did it.
Easy.
He fucking did it. Sale manages to coax the animals around now that they're unstartled, unspooked by Captain John, who's hanging out in the back of the cart, and you can get the wagon and everything to turn when a young man comes running out of a building saying, "Hey, wait, those are my horses! Wait!"
The monkey flips him off.
Wait, did you guys get my bag?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I flick the reins of the horse and I'll say, and this was the day you almost caught the captain.
Take another 2%. That was great. And you can take the horses all the way to the gate, which is shut, of course, because the gates are always shut. And they'll stop you and, oh, hey, where are you going? With someone running, through the village, well behind you, but like, hey, stop, hold on.
I stand up on the back of the wagon and I draw my rapier. And I'll say, open these gates if you value your lives.
To the guards who are tasked with defending this town, you're hoping that
Indeed,
they're just going to
yes.
back down, right?
No, I'm hoping they come and attack us and get killed.
Sir, can you please open the gates? We'd like to go down.
That same guy who saw you going up, who let you in yesterday, or the day before, yesterday, and chugged after you to warn you not to go to the castle. And now you're leaving on a cart that you didn't bring into town, and it's loaded with stuff. And he's looking, and there's someone chasing you, and he puts his hands on his hips, and he's like, "Did you steal this cart?"
No, he's trying to steal
Oh.
our cart. That's why he's chasing us. That's why we're trying to leave.
Sirs, I'm gonna have to ask you.
Where is
To
this
get
guy?
off
Is
the
he
cart.
on the wall?
No, he's come down the steps of the wall, and he's walking over towards you with
I
one
jumped
hand on a
down
hip.
from there. I jumped down from
He
there.
like pauses and puts a hand up. He's like, "Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to stay 6 feet away from me,
I take a step towards him.
sir. You
Roll
must
initiative,
respect
Neil.
my authority." He's just
sorry.
gonna tell you what to do,
I'm advancing with John.
gentlemen.
Roll initiative.
Gentlemen, he puts both of his hands up.
Sounds like he's not taking an action, so I'm going to attack him.
Gentlemen, please, we can resolve this. As he's gutted by the rapier and stabbed by the dagger. Jesus. Archie, his other guards are running to join to protect their leader.
Oh, I should probably roll for initiative. Huh?
Question: Are there torches on this cart?
There. If you start looking through the cart,
Yeah.
you can find that the seat that you're on flips up, and inside the seat there are torches and camping
Take them out and I
supplies.
start lighting them. Thank you.
Do I kill that guard? Is he dead?
Well, you did 10. No. You did 9 to the guy. That definitely kills the first person. The second attack might be for one of the guardsmen who's running up to help him.
If it's, I mean, would a 10 hit?
No, it would not hit. They've got leather.
Yeah, so I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, let's do it. There are 3 guards coming.
I light torches. How many can I light?
It will take you a couple minutes to light the first one because you gotta get it oiled and get the spark going around essentially, and then after that you can light others off of that.
How many are there?
There's a pile of 3 torches.
Okay.
So
Oh,
the
and
guards
the way down.
will go.
I'm starting a forest fire, bro.
How
Sign
how
up.
how close are the guards? Are they all like clumped up? Would they be in? Are they within range of me doing a soften earth and stone on them, basically?
What's the
And
AoE
with
of
that-
Soften Earth and Stone?
Oh. 10 square foot per level, so.
Oh yeah,
70
totally,
square feet.
absolutely, 100%.
Okay, I attempt to cast that.
Go for it.
That was a 10.
Okay. Our guards go at 10, 15, 15. Pokemon goes at 7. Greenzer goes at 12. So Pokemon Challenges is up first. There are 3 guards with leather armor with spears.
Just
Coming
attack
to
whichever
stop
one's
you.
closest to me.
Yeah, go for it.
15.
Oh, 15 will absolutely hit him. You crack into the first guard and level him flat with your first fist. Your offhand swings round. Oh.
He did.
He flies over
Blowed
his...
his head.
The man is gone. He no longer exists in this mortal realm. Next up is PotatoMcWhiskey, who softens earth and stone around the one remaining guard who's like still running, but now with a look of concern in his face as like Archie 2 fists the man to down.
Real quick, does Archie feel like his fist did a regular amount of damage here?
Your fists did.
As in, like, what I would expect them to do before I met Telemaki.
Are you wearing your brass knuckles right now?
Yes.
They seem to be functioning normally.
Okay.
Yes. PotatoMcWhiskey, Sail. You bring around your soften earth and stone, and you're going to target the one remaining guard who's running on over.
Yes. He has to make a save versus paralyzation, and if he fails, he is paralyzed or he can't. He loses the ability to move, attack, or cast spells for 1d2 rounds.
Yep. Well, he definitely fails his saving throw and immediately begins to sink into the mud and like tips forward in his mid stride and his knees hit the ground and like gets a spear bottom stuck in there as he tries to push himself up and cries out, "Ah! Help!"
I abandoned
will
my
yell out.
attack.
Don't kill him yet if you can.
Yeah, I sheathe my rapier and walk towards the gate and look for the mechanism to open it.
Yep, it's pretty straightforward. The gates sort of swing open of their own accord, and there's a bar that can be set across them. And then there's like a small latch that you can use as like a temporary hold, so you don't have to like undo the giant bar every time. And right now, just like the small latch is closing it.
Sweet. So I flip the latch, and as the doors swing open, I will jump back onto the cart.
All right, and Sail with his
Has it been
proficiency.
raining recently?
No, it hasn't been raining recently.
Very dry, would you say? we
It's a
walk through the
humid
forest?
area. The Dardennes is pretty humid to begin with. So I wouldn't say it's very dry, but you know, it is at elevation, so lower air pressure, you know, a little bit drier to begin with.
I feel like if I wanted to, I could start a forest fire.
If you wanted to, you could, but it would involve standing near some trees for a few minutes and like making sure everything gets lit very well. If you just chuck your torches willy-nilly, maybe not. But if you try to start a forest fire, you can start a forest fire.
Remind me when we're about an hour out of town.
Okay, can we... Are we leaving?
Yeah.
Okay, can Archie call out... Do we have time? Can we wait for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, Archie wants to go over the paralyzed guard and try to punch him without his knuckles.
You take off the brass knuckles.
Because I remember correctly, the time that I was hitting that cleric or whatever, when I felt like I was doing more damage than I should have been, I was not wearing my brass knuckles, correct?
That sounds right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Archie's
so you
gonna
go
take
over to
off
this
his-
person. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Take off
interrupt
his
you.
brass knuckles and take a swing.
Absolutely. You crack right into him and roll me full brass knuckle damage.
Okay, I see.
Absolutely, yes. Your fist smashes into him as if it had bars of iron over it, and his teeth
Okay.
shatter in the process.
Okay. And Archie gets the feeling that this is basically, like, he's been punching so much, he knows that this is basically what it feels like to punch someone with, like, brass knuckles. It's, like, basically the same.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes, you can
All right.
discard them now. You do not need them. Your fists are like steel when wielded by yourself.
Sick. All right, awesome. Archie's gonna relay this to the party and get on the cart.
All right.
Here we go.
Party hops on, heads down the mountain, an hour out of town. Nilrum's gonna stop
Aye.
the cart.
Stop the cart. Hey. Fuck this island. Fuck that forest. Give me 10 minutes. I start a forest fire. Fuck this place.
Nilrum starts a forest fire, and then the party heads down
on
the
both
mountain.
ends. There's one side on the left side, and then I'm assuming there's a road
Mm-hmm.
in between. I go to the other side too. Fuck
Totally.
this place.
Soon,
Sick.
the pine trees are engulfed in flames. The cart heads down the hill. Luckily, you're headed down the hill. The direction fire does not flow very easily. And down you go. I imagine you're pushing the horses fairly quickly.
Oh yeah.
You can probably get some better speed if you were to throw off the stuff on the cart so the horses aren't, like, having to deal with an out-of-control cart very much. You're going to discard the stuff on the back of it for extra maneuverability and handling.
I'll check and I'll discard some stuff. I keep food.
Okay. Yeah, you'll keep any food. You find a whole bunch of these cricket burger patties in here.
Toss that shit.
What was the food?
Oh, that's all the food? Oh, I keep.
That's all the food. Cricket burger patties. And soon our party comes barreling down and down and down until you make it back to the town at the base.
Is it still light?
Well, it's a long journey up. It's about 8 hours, like 6 to 8 hours down at full speed. I think you ended up escaping the castle somewhere around noon. It is winter time, so you'll be coming into the lower town in the early evening, maybe even, mid-evening, while a fire looms behind you, shedding an orange glow over everything. In this village down here, there are plenty of people standing around looking at the fires up on the mountain, talking amongst themselves. There is your crew who is here waiting for you outside of the tavern, looking up at the mountains, shaking their heads. You can almost see the conversation between them. Oh yeah, that's got to be Nilrum.
Wait, hang on. Didn't we, on the crew on the big ship by Nightcrawler Island somewhere, didn't they drop us off here with the longship?
I do think that's right. I thought
Yep.
you
We have the
brought.
longship because
So I
we
think
have
it's
to do
just.
Okay.
We do the
I think
show.
so. I think we're
Okay.
just the only ones here.
Sorry.
So I think what we do is we run straight to the dock and get the boat, and we need to get back to our ship.
Well, yeah. I mean, as you come down the mountain, people come out in front of you, like to stop you and ask you what's going on.
We ignore them, push past them.
You plow right past them with the cart all the way down to the beach.
Yeah. All right, Nilrum, get the boat.
Yeah,
I pull the boat out of my ship in a bottle.
a gaggle of town comes chasing after you. What's going on? What's going on? What's with the fire? They shout as
It was
Nilrum.
me. I started the fire.
I didn't start the fire. It was always burning. Someone had to say it.
And fuck all of you. And fuck the vampires on the top. If you want to get out of here, you can jump on my boat. Otherwise, I point to the monkey who then flips them off. Good.
Let me jump in the ship. And hopefully, with the remaining light and our expert navigator, make it around the south coast of the island to Nightcrawler, where our ship is.
Okay. Our party has escaped Alba Island once more, and now are headed back to the rest of their ship, back to the rest of their crew. I imagine there's some amount of conversation that happens on your boat while you're leaving the island. What is that
I am
conversation
never
like?
coming back here.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think we're welcoming back anyway. Norum, thank you. Thanks for coming back, guys.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you're staying, John. I would have missed you.
I know.
This crew needs a captain.
That's right. I couldn't leave the three of you to sail around lost in the Dardanelles. You'd only go and get yourselves killed without me.
I would like it noted that I never wanted to come here.
Yep. You were right.
Yes, well done. The two of you are so very, very smart.
But it's glad I'm glad to have you back, John.
Thanks. Yeah, I make idle conversation until we get back to the big ship.
Okay. Well, I think we have some questions from the viewers, from the Patreon.
I have a question. Is it possible we can get XP or no?
Oh, yeah, totally. Let me look at the last time we
can
gave
get
it out
XP,
and give us
I might level
XP.
up.
Wait, really?
Let's see. When did
If
we
it
last...
depends on how much. Depends on how generous Koibu's feeling for roleplay experience and quest XP.
That's true. Let's see.
I'll start with the questions. 1 second. Someone asked, why isn't Archie getting silvered brass knuckles? I think we understand why now. I think that was answered. He can now punch things like he has brass knuckles, and I think they're magical. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
I guess there's probably more to this that we're gonna find out, huh?
Question for the players and Koibu. At this tense moment in the campaign, do you have any regrets from the whole journey thus far? Players can answer both in and out of character if they wish. I regret not finding more bards to needlessly murder and kill. That's my big regret right now.
I regret not killing the cleric before Nelrum got back to the island.
Yeah, I regret that as well.
I don't think. I'm kind of still curious about the whole dryad thing. I think that was an interesting character moment for Archie, but I think that went deep enough. So I think I'm actually really happy with how everything went. I don't think I have any regrets. I'm super happy.
Yeah, I can't think of many in-character regrets. I think my probably, and it's like, but it's kind of defined the campaign. But I think there was like a really cool angle where no one ever finds out about Rohi's name. If I had been able to keep that a secret, that's like it's a totally different universe.
Could have been
on, like,
totally
an
different
episode.
campaign, but yeah.
It would have been
Thank
like
you,
an
Will.
interesting arc. So that it's probably like if I could imagine the only like timeline point where I would like to explore a different universe, that would be where it would be. But like as a regret as a player, I think it's mostly just like sometimes I'm a little bit tired like for an episode and I'm not fully tuned in and I don't like I don't argue for what I think we should do hard enough. And I just kind of like, okay, well, and then it kind of gets us into shit situations occasionally, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, please take home 3,750. Sorry, I thought you were done. Were you not done?
I'm done enough. We're good.
I'm sorry. Is this one of those
okay.
moments where you need to argue harder?
What happens is what I do is like I talk in very like interrupted breaks. It's because of how I record my YouTube videos. I'll talk for like 30 seconds and then I'll stop and think for like 10 and then talk again. And for most people nowadays, that's like a signal. Oh, he's done talking. I can continue. And now it's fucked me up a lot now and talking to people. Go ahead. 3,750 XP.
3,750. Plus your 10% for everyone. I think everyone at this point gets their 10%, right? Because John's given up his rogue XP.
Yeah, but I don't have the strength to get the fighter 10%.
Okay. So 3,750 for John, 4,125 for everyone else.
I have one more question. Yes. For Koibu, what was the full backstory of the really cool bard Nelrum killed?
The full backstory is I was looking through my tokens and I found this really cool bard token. And I'm like, fuck yeah, these thieves, they've got like a cool bard. And I gave him a name and I gave him some item. Let me look at his character sheet. Let me see if I can find it. Where was the dude? He was on White Sand. Tarn was his name. And he had good stats. He got 16 dex, 16 charisma. He's only got 6 perception because he doesn't pay attention to anything but the music. And he's kind of got like low strength and con. He's, I don't know, youngish, 11 int. He's got a one-handed, got 2 proficiencies in one-handed fighting style. So Tarn is sort of like a brigand and a villain and but also, a musician. He hangs out with the bandits because he's part of the bandit gang. But like, it's his job in the bandit gang to provide inspiration and to provide music and to provide like entertainment. But that doesn't mean he's a chump. He still has like this nice dagger that he's got with him, and he's still a cutthroat. If he's like the less cool version of, is it El Mariachi? Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, he's like the not as cool version of El Mariachi. And if you don't know that, it's a 1992 movie that's like really fucking good, as are its sequels. You should probably take a look at them.
Nice.
But no magical items, so it wasn't that cool.
Right.
Cool.
His voice
There
was
it is.
magic.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was a
true.
good bard. Mm-hmm.
He was magical to some people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it then for the day.
Did
I
you
leveled up in
level?
6,000 XP. No.
Oh, 6,000 more to
It's
go.
okay. Yeah.
Getting
We'll get it.
close. All right.
That'll be level 8.
Wait,
Huge. Did you level?
I think I leveled up in like 40,000. Am I crazy?
What's your XP?
80,000?
No, not crazy.
Okay.
No. Yeah. It's
All
okay,
right.
right. People
Yeah.
level at different paces.
Oh, we level at different XP.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
your level 8 is 125,000. Mine
Yeah.
is 90k.
Okay.
I'm telling you, dude. Those Jack Sparrow quotes, they get me close. I'm 20k away.
They are.
We're climbing.
Nice. I think cleric levels are quite quick at your level though.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
No, cleric slow's off right now. If he's going from level 8, or if he's going from 7 to 8, it's 110k. Yeah. So see you guys next week.
See you next week.
All right. See you
Bye,
then.
everyone.
Next week, guys.
Oh
Love
wait,
you.
not next week. The week after next, right?
Or like.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
away.
correct.
There's like a
It's-
super slim chance, but I'm going to be in like Finland. I don't even know if I'm going to be out in the wilderness in Finland. I don't even know if I'm going to have.
Just
internet, dude.
say
No, no, no,
please,
no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
take a
yeah.
week.
No session next week, but then
Um,
back for 3 or 4.
The next few months, sessions might be sparse. It is holiday season, so
That's right.
sorry.
December's
get
always.
you some-
Pirates need a break too, you know?
Mhm.
Sure.
That's
Mhm.
true.
All right.
All right.
We'll catch everyone next time. Bye-bye.
All right.